Hey,
You put the
it's
stuff in the
always
notes.
good to
Oh
back
no,
your
you
way
didn't.
down into it. Let's get it. Stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. Oh,
Rest
man,
in
there was no
peace.
better way. No better way than starting out this episode this week without paying homage, without giving honor to the man himself, DMX. Rest in power. Thank you for all that you gave us. Thank you for all that you endured for us to see that growing up in this country, in the neighborhoods that we grew up in, the people we grew up as, has a heavy impact and you pay a heavy price. But guess what? More importantly, you showed us that we can overcome. So, like C said, rest in peace, DMX. We're going to take a quick moment of silence as we get started with the episode. Thank you. All right, everybody. So, welcome to Three Little Blurs Talk Show, episode 30. How Rough Riders roll. Paying homage to DMX this week, and also going to be making some major announcements. You got your boy ceexdawg and your boy Outlawed in the building. We're missing my Flash guy this week. He's out making a little money, and we love to see when the homies out grinding. So shout out to him, doing his thug thizzle this weekend. But see, man, how you doing? Outlaw, how you doing? Happy Sunday, guys.
Yeah, my
Doing
Sunday
good,
pretty
man.
good. I ain't got no complaints. Had a great week. Start
Love to
this
hear.
week with some more positive energy. You feel me?
Yes, sir,
Hey.
man. Yeah, it was already rough, with the news that we got. With DMX when we first got hospitalized. But yeah, rest in peace, man. Legends, man.
Yeah,
Another legend.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I one
And
thing I
another
am grateful
legend.
for. Oh, my bad.
Oh, yeah. One thing I was gonna say is, another legend that we're paying homage to, after the fact. We really gotta get in the habit of giving people their flowers while they here, man. That's why I try to tell y'all, I care about y'all and I love y'all, and we got to make sure that we're honoring, these people who are laying the way before us. But go ahead, Kenny.
No, I was just saying that I'm mentioning the flowers that I'm glad like he did get his flowers while he was
He
here. Like
did.
with that
Yeah.
He
verses,
did.
Yeah.
that was
Mm-hmm.
monumental and like
Yeah.
I it was like right on time. Like not only like just for him, just for like the culture altogether.
Yeah.
Because the things he did, the people he impacted, like them prayers, like on all them albums that he had, like them prayers, like them shits hit different, bro. And I don't mean to like say that and prayer in the same. I be trying not to do that, but it hit different. It's like it's real. A lot of people felt that. You could see just the impact he had like throughout the week. All the people that were affected by it felt some type of energy from it. It was like if we lost somebody that was monumental, like in our growing up, or something like that. Like shit, he was monumental in our growing up. Like we all listened to slipping and falling and shit like that. Like
Yeah,
us
man.
being like young, like we ain't really understand like the meaning of a lot of it, but we
When BT
as we
was
grew
popping,
older, we
like
remembered it.
DMX was
We
on there.
yeah,
Heavy.
like
Yeah.
we remembered
Facts.
it. Like we remember Cradle to the Grave and Belly and
Oh yeah.
stuff like that. Like he meant something
Rough
different to
Riders
everybody.
anthem.
Yes.
Yeah, like the just the impact he had altogether was just fire, phenomenal, great person. Like if you ever listen to his interviews, like I was watching, I watched Drink Champs. That's probably one of my favorite podcasts right now. He did a Drink Champs interview. That shit was so eye opening and great. Like if y'all ever get the chance to go and watch the Drink Champs DMX interview, the camera on fire too. Y'all need to watch the camera one. I don't know if y'all watch it, but but yeah, like I just like that he did get his flowers while he was here. It wasn't like no half half-assed appreciation. It was like everybody respected him for what he did, what he went through, and just supported him. And like just seeing like everybody who just he came in contact with have something to say, just positive about him and things like that. That's big because you rarely see that, like especially with our culture
Because the
like
news
these
try to
days.
portray him. The news try to portray him as something else,
Hmm.
and that was far from the case. And it's just like a situation with most black men who rise above
Yeah,
where they believe we should be at, or where our circumstances are supposed to allow us to be at. They try to
fact.
use that as a way to belittle
Handicap
him
us.
and to make him seem like he wasn't. Yeah, but he rose above that, man. And like Kenny said, I was, Saturday I was just listening to people's different testimonials about him, and I never realized, like, I knew his impact was heavy, but I never realized his individual impact to just different rappers and producers, and how they say like his spirit just moved more times than X did. And how he would say few words, but he could move you in such a way like that it would force you to change, man. And just shout out to him and what he did, man. So
And that
we,
was
we
just a
can't
big
speak
part of like
enough.
his prayers too.
um yeah, we can't speak enough
Uh,
to that, and to the type of man that he is. And we're definitely going to continue to keep giving him his flowers here, at Three Little Blurs. um But moving on into the episode this week, episode 30. We have quite a bit to cover. This past week, Three Little Blurs, in the form of myself, was featured in the feed from Geek Mountain podcast, doing a review of Attack on Titan, the anime, not the manga. Um, and I want to say quick shout out to Shuriken Pizza and thank him and
yeah,
Calvin for having us on for the second time. He had Outlaw and C a little bit earlier, and he reached out to me saying, he wanted to get the full crowd on. And so, with that, I, jumped on there, man. It was super fun. And the feed from the Geek Mountain will be joining us on the Three Little Blurs talk show on April the 18th, along with Blue Satire, with the start of the Blue A Academy Festival, friends and family. So shout out to Blue once again for doing what he does for the community. Um, we love and appreciate all the hard work he puts into his videos, into connecting people and allowing people the opportunity to grow through his channel and through his Discord and through his means, man. So shout out to Blue for doing that. We'll have him on the talk show, have the feed from Geek Mountain podcast, and we'll also be reviewing the winter anime. I know Blue, Outlaw, myself, and both the feed from Geek Mountain and see all watch anime, and some of us watch a little bit more than others. So this is going to be an interesting take. Definitely interested to see how that's going to go. As we're
big
announcing
fact.
talk show guests, the second guest that we have is going to be the following week on April the 25th, and that's going to be Miss Pinky 313, man. So shout out to her. She is partnered on Facebook, huge Twitch affiliate streamer, also a member of blerds.com's marketing and gaming group. So we're excited to have a phenomenal group of people on the talk show this week. And man, it's April is going to be a great month. Um, Also going to be leading into May, which for a lot of you, you guys have been seeing us since May, because May is the month that Three Little Blurs was started. And so I want to make sure that I officially announce, starting May the 7th through May the 11th, Three Little Blurs will be having their 1 year celebration. All right. So it's going to be spanning over a couple of days. We're going to be releasing exclusive details here shortly. But make sure you have that locked in your calendar. May 7th through May 11th, Three Little Blurs will be celebrating 1 year in the Blerd community. And it's going to be a good time, y'all. It's going to be a good time celebrating a year worth of content, a year worth of foolishness between all of each other, and just a year of y'all supporting us. And we appreciate everybody.
Um,
2021. Just want to make sure we celebrate with y'all and go back and revisit some of our special moments.
cool. My bad. I thought it had froze for a
Go
second.
ahead,
That
see.
might have been my Discord tripping. Yeah,
Oh,
it like froze like mid
oh, yeah,
mid what you
you
were saying. I thought it, but
I
it was
thought it.
just me.
I thought it was something on my end. I was about to leave and come back.
Yeah, that's my
good.
bad. I was about to say,
Yeah,
but
Because
yeah,
it,
man,
it
that's
just
good.
stopped. But
you
I was like,
good.
We gonna do, yeah, we
Uh,
definitely gonna do the like
it,
the celebration over the set of days because we don't want to do it just one day. But yeah, we
facts.
about to. That's basically a month from today. So yeah, we got some planning and some work to do. But yeah, we gonna get it. We gonna get it.
Here for it.
man, it's gonna be a great time. Hey, just real quickly, y'all. Think back, man. Just give everybody one memory you have really quick over the just the past year that you've enjoyed, whether it been a talk show, whether it been something we did in the community or in the Discord, or that you can recall back to where you're like, man, look, this is really a family, or like this is something special that we're doing out here.
Man, we
For
did a
me,
lot.
we did so much, bro.
Yeah.
It's such
We did a
such a
lot.
short amount of time. I
But
would probably have to say, shoot, the last times, like I'm gonna just bring Blue up because we give people their flowers. Like we've been fortunate enough to lead like the festival week in every
Yep.
festival I think so
Each
far.
one.
So
Mhm.
I mean I'm fortunate. I'm
Include
very
including the one
fortunate for
coming
that.
up.
Yeah. So I'm grateful for like him opening his platform for us to celebrate him and not only him but other creators as well. So yeah, that's probably one of my favorite things. Like if anybody has experienced the festival or like tuned in to any of the streamers, it's always been a good vibe from everybody participating, from the viewers to the actual streamers, and all the content that's created in that time is just always great. And it's something that I look forward to. Like at this point, like for real, like that shit fun. It's kind of you really give me that My Hero vibe, and I don't know, like the school festival stuff, like all the good times people shared. That's what it's really about, bringing people together and just expressing our love for each other and the content that we produce. So yeah, that's probably one of mine. That's for sure.
What
yeah,
about you, Steve?
yeah, we yeah, like I said, we did a lot, and that's definitely been a lot of this past year helping out, making sure we doing support with the Blue A Fest. Because I want to say, what was that first one? Was it like was it like the summer, kind of like maybe like
Like
August?
August, September-ish, maybe.
Yeah, I feel like it was around that time. But that was a
Really?
real good time for us because that was the
Was it?
summer. It was we was kind of doing our thing for maybe like 3 months
I want to say
ish.
October for real.
But yeah, that's definitely been good. It might have been September, October, but yeah, I definitely always look forward to love those. I like the fact that we had so many dope guests on the first season, and we had that that
Yeah.
hangout that we did. Well, two things: the fundraiser day that we did with everybody, where
Yeah.
we had it going 24 hours that whole day, and we
Mhm.
basically had a Discord hangout in the middle of it that included, it was during Blues part, and Sure You Can Pizza was in there chilling with us that day. We was,
Yep.
podcast talking about games like we always do. So that day was fun, and then the day that we did the Blurs Giving was like right after that. We had Blue came back, then we had Major Linux, and Keith chilling, and we was just talking about so much stuff that day. But
Hey, I think
Man.
that was hella fun, bro. I don't even we had a set thing that we wanted to talk about, but it was just so true and
And it
genuine.
just went
Like
out the window.
it just flowed. It didn't
I
even
think
matter
it
at
was
that point.
just the plan was just to to go with the
Yeah, just
flow,
to chill. Yeah,
and
just
Have a good
chilling.
it was
time.
funny. But that one was fun, And yeah, Blue, Blue, we've been tight with Blue ever since before, we started doing this um for Three Little Blurs. So yeah,
Yeah,
man, that's the homie. And yeah, we definitely gonna be looking out, and he gonna be on here. He gonna be on here. What we say with next week, right? So yeah, we
Next
gonna chop
week.
it up.
Yep.
That's why I love, we get to chop it up so freaking much. Like
yeah,
it's so much to talk about. You got so many people, you know, you got so many people playing games, but everybody don't play the same type of games. It's like you got some people play, you know, the real time strategy, first person shooter, the MOBA, you got your Fortnite, your survival, your horror. It's like it's so many
ARPGs.
RPG.
It's just
Like
yeah,
yeah, it's so many people playing so many different games, and that's been our thing. Ever since we've been chopping up with Blue. All of us in Discord, just talking about the different games, man. It's too many games out there to be playing. You know,
2K
every
and Madden.
year. 2K and Madden for 5 years
Playing
and nothing
2K
else. Like
Madden.
I know they drop those games every year, but it's so much else out there. But yeah, it's always a good time every time we link up.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh, I think for me, um, probably two of the biggest moments. The first one is when Stevie Ray retweeted our Hogan, "We coming for you" image on Twitter, and that joint ran rapid and got like so many retweets and everybody in our inbox.
That drum was real.
Um,
That was
that
real.
that that joint was crazy. And I think the second biggest thing had to be the 24-hour stream, right? Because we did that 24-hour stream. My leg was from I think 5 a.m. to 10 a.m., right? I had an Xbox party at 5 a.m. that was full with
Going
8
crazy.
people going crazy, talking shit. And I was playing Division. Like I wasn't even playing a game. I was playing with nobody. But we was just in there. It was Cass in there. It was Apex, bro. It was a bunch of people who would normally never be sitting in an Xbox party together. But the common theme was we were raising money for a good cause. People wanted to come together and they wanted to have a good time, man. And that's the one thing I love about our community, man, is like we literally need half of a thing to decide to come together and to, bond and share time. And it's just like, you look at life and we got family members and friends and IRL people that you got to beg to spend time with, or you can't because they won't. And in this community, you literally say, "I'm doing something." Somebody's like, "Oh yeah, I'm pulling up." Just in a heartbeat, man. So those probably were my two biggest moments or two biggest callbacks within the last year, man. But there's definitely gonna be a lot that we're gonna share over those course of days, man. So y'all make sure y'all stay plugged in. May 7th through 11th, Three Little Blurs year celebration. So we are excited to celebrate with y'all.
Yeah, I might take a day off work.
Also,
I might take a
yeah,
day off work just to chill.
I'm off that
That
Tuesday. I'm off that Tuesday.
As y'all know, I just work when I can.
I probably take
Yeah,
COVID
that
kind of
Monday
keep
off.
clients on the pause.
yeah. I get off that Monday at 11:30. So yeah, I'm good for whatever. It's gonna be a complete vibe.
I'm free that whole
Complete
weekend
vibe.
from fight night to
Mm,
Wednesday.
yeah. Let's do it up, guys. Let's do it up. Y'all know how Three Little Blurs get down. All right. So we got a couple things that we're gonna be talking about this week. First thing I kind of want to jump into, normally I'm tardy on the party with our current shows that we're watching as a group. But for once, I'm actually leading the fray on something, and that's Falcon and Winter Soldier. And holy fuck. This series has been everything that we needed it to be. Without spoilers, and just in case nobody's seen it, we're not gonna be dropping any spoilers. Um, Kenny, you've seen 2 episodes. See, you're current with the 3 episodes. What are your initial thoughts so far of the series? And maybe let us know one thing that you kind of been enjoying them pointing out.
84 episodes.
Yeah,
It's
4. I think that was
it's
episode
4.
4.
Yeah, 4. Yeah.
But to me, the same thing that was good about. I was just making sure I wasn't on mute. The same thing that was good
You
about
was making sure you wasn't being a streamer.
yeah, right. Accidentally on mute. Um, the same thing that was good about WandaVision, like you get the character development that you're not getting in the movies. Like you just don't have time. Like they got is they started off with the Sam character development.
Mhm.
They'd been keeping it going with the Winter Soldier character development, and just like the stuff that they didn't have time to deal with in the movie. Like there wasn't gonna be a movie where they showing what happened when Winter Soldier went away to Wakanda. There was no movie for that, and
Yeah.
you don't even know what happened. You just got to be like, oh, they fixed them. Uh, how
You don't get
how
those details of how they fixed them. It's just
how did
like
they fix
uh,
them? And then
he ain't brainwashed. He cool.
right. And then the implications of him having been brainwashed for the whole time that Steve Rogers was frozen, like
Mhm.
that don't just go away. Like that's trauma. So they got that in there, and it's like, yeah, they killing it. They are really exceeding my expectations, if you ask me, because I didn't really expect them to go that deep. But they going
Me
in
either.
deep with the PTSD. They going deep with the racial stuff, the refugee stuff.
Stuff you ain't got time for in movies.
It's deep. Like
Right.
it's
'Cause they
touching
gonna
on
be
some modern
releasing.
themes.
They gonna be
And
having 4-hour movies. We're gonna be out here watching Avatar every movie though.
right, it's touching on some modern themes, and they're doing some good character development. So I'm digging it, and I think it's pretty funny that when in the online meme space and on social media, Zemo is more likable than John Walker,
Which is crazy. Which is absolutely crazy.
and
Man,
that is
But
hilarious to me.
but you
Like,
got great value cap out here proving why. Motherfucker got great value.
we all
Zemo
know
con Zemo is actually a good character though.
he
Yeah.
good, he cool.
Like I can't even hold it. Like
They was
that
going
was actually
crazy
a
over
good
that little
character.
dance, that little club dance.
Yeah,
Oh,
bro.
you talking about the memes?
Yeah. They was talking about the memes on that all the whole week,
Man,
but
I feel like that was the first meme I seen for that week.
cause Falcon and Winter Soldier hasn't really been that memeable outside of the new Captain America.
Nah,
It hasn't really been that memeable until Zemo, and this last episode is memeable, super memeable.
Super
hella
Um,
memeable from
hella
start
so
to
it's
finish.
gonna be a lot of memes. That's why I say. I mean, and that'd be my thing about watching shows on time is people like to screenshot and then go post it, and it's like even though you didn't say what happened, you still posted a screenshot of something happening that
Mhm.
gives it away. So like I
yeah.
already saw a screenshot that I would have hated to see,
If
if I
I
didn't
hadn't
watch
seen
it. But
it.
But
it's
I
it's a good show,
also
man.
I can see why people do that because like at social media is supposed to be a place where we like express our excitement for things and stuff like that. So like if I'm on my page, like I just read like One Piece. Like I was gonna post. I was about to post. Well, I posted it in Discord, but that's something different because we actually talk about the current stuff. But like I ain't gonna post it like 9 times out of 10 too much on like my social media because I'll be kind of aware like people don't like spoilers, but at the same time I'll be like, damn, now I got to filter what I actually put on here because somebody gonna be upset. And I think that's just where like social media got us at this point. Like we can post stuff, but we can't freely post what we want or show our excitement for a lot of things. And I mean, it's cool and I get it, but at the same time, it's like I understand when people do post it, so I don't ever get like upset about it because it's like that was something that I mean, just it ain't my fault. I waited 2 days to watch it. Like, you feel me? So it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so it's like, I
I
mean,
just
I
I
get
just
it, but
appreciate
I
the
don't
grace
get
period.
it.
Like The grace
Yeah,
period.
like give
That's
it some
it.
time. Like I feel you. Like if you currently watching it, you ain't even finished the episode. You like click before the
You
episode over. Like
know,
oh shit,
like
this shit was lit. Like, dang, you
that's
ain't even
OD.
you ain't
But
even give it 24 hours. Like
you know, like the show come out Friday, like post the memes on Sunday night, Monday, you know. But
Yeah.
when it's like Friday
Earliest.
night,
people can't
Saturday
wait. Like
morning, it's like
people can't
wow,
wait like that.
y'all was wilding. Like they was talking about that WandaVision Friday afternoon. Twitter was lit up.
Noon, bro.
And
Twitter was
For
lit
you
up
know
real.
what?
every week.
And that's cool. Cause I mean,
It's good for the show at least.
yeah,
Like people
it's
excited.
good. Like
Yeah,
it keeps
we
that
needed it.
momentum for like the content. Cause like if somebody wasn't doing that, we are just gonna be watching WandaVision and be like, oh yeah, that happened. Nah, nobody talking about the shit. Like what? Like at least if
Yeah.
somebody talking about it, you like, oh yeah, now you got your excitement built. Or you like have some type of form of expectation, like, okay, it's gonna be worth watching. Cause I hate if it was like if it wasn't built up and then I watched it like, damn, nobody talked about this. Like,
So
dang.
with that being said, you seen you seen the Snyder cut? You watched the Snyder cut?
Hell yeah, I watched it 3 times.
So let's talk about that
Sheesh.
Snyder cut in that same sense, you know, that you was just bringing it up, like, you know, with something.
Mhm.
It's basically something that we never thought that we was gonna get, but like, and if we
A
finally get
fully
it,
in
and it's like,
depth,
Shit was
defined
amazing.
movie.
bruh, like that movie really exposed that,
The half-assedness of the
Lack of
DC.
character
yeah,
development.
that they really didn't have any idea what they wanted to do from the very
And the
beginning.
thing, I mean, my bad. They didn't know what they want to do from the
From the
what?
beginning, like how, like I mean, and it was tragic, like because I didn't really know like how tragic it was with him having to leave with his
Oh
what
yeah,
happened with his daughter.
with his
So it
daughter.
was
Yeah.
tragic, but they could have delayed the movie. They could have did something. It's like they just went ahead
No,
with it
bro.
and just
It's
let's
the
just
thing
ship it.
is he was done with the movie. It was just in editing phase.
Yeah.
Like
Hmm.
it wasn't like he never finished the movie, bro. They were done filming.
Post production.
Like it was literally post production. He had to leave. He had to leave. Like y'all could have finished that. Y'all already knew what the plan was. That oh no, we're gonna have to reshoot scenes, cut scenes. That's what made I think a lot of the community mad because when you have like news posts and stuff saying like you finished this film and it'll be on time and all this stuff. And then he had to leave. Of course, they took some time out trying to figure out if he was gonna come back or not, probably. And then when they finally found out, like, nah, it ain't, he probably not coming back. They just said, forget it. Like, let's cut that movie and make something else. Like, that's pretty much what they did. They just said, forget the movie, make something else. And it was horrible. Like, they had the character development. The story was ass cheeks. The fights were subpar. Like, it wasn't what it was supposed to be. Like,
I'm
and I
glad
feel
that we
like
got it, but I feel like it sucks because if they're gonna stick to this, you know, the Snyderverse or whatever is not continuing on,
they not using it. That's the
it's
sad
like
part.
that's a bad move. Like it's a bad move because you hit a home run that
A
was
grand
really like
slam.
a grand slam that was really a second chance, and now you don't want to do, you know, do more of that. That's why I'm like, I don't understand, like, cause that movie, watching that Justice League Snyder cut, I'm just like, I don't even remember the other one because it was that bad. It was that forgettable. Like it
It
was
wasn't memorable.
it wasn't memorable at all. Like the only thing that I remember vaguely was what the I remember the scene that they took out on the Snyder cut when they made Batman look stupid when Superman came back. I remember that, and the scene I still like, that's probably still my favorite scene where the Flash think he running and Superman turn and look at him. I still like that part. And that part I did like on the first Justice League, but the part where Superman went away, it made more sense in Snyder cut. Where they made Batman look real stupid in the original one, and then Steppenwolf had no real motives on the
Whatsoever.
on the
It was
old
just
one.
he was there.
He was
Like
just like he was just evil, and that was it. And it's like the way they did it, it's like it almost make you feel like they should take more chances with these super long movies. If you're not gonna make it a series, make it a 7-part movie or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
Cause I'm just like, bro, like that part, all that stuff with Cyborg, the fact that that wasn't in the movie at
that didn't
all,
even exist.
it's
And
like,
you know what's
wow.
crazy is because like we, I guess the plan like was to have the Justice League and all them other movies that everybody was gonna get like their own little solo movie, but at the same time, a big part of like the Justice League movie was Cyborg, and we didn't get nothing
Anything.
about like
Zero.
anything Cyborg in like the original. So I did like how we got like his little car accident story like background, and how he was like his dad like rebuilt him basically with the mother box. So we learned about the connection with that, and how like they were trying to find like we didn't get none of that in the original. It was just like, oh, Cyborg is connected to the mother box. He could do this. Stepping with evil, he
You just
just
had to
looking for.
fill in the
He had no
blanks.
reason why he was looking for these joints, bro. It was just he was on Earth looking for these motherfuckers. Like it was like what?
All the
Like come
stuff
on,
that happened with Cyborg, you just had to just use your imagination. Like, oh,
yeah.
he
Or
he
or
he
know the
got
comic,
resurrected. Right. Oh, he got resurrected. He's a robot and he can fly. And that's it. Like they gave him
or
so much of a actual part. I still feel like
even with the
Aquaman,
Flash, bro.
yeah,
Like
the
Flash
Flash
didn't
had
have
more context, way more
like
context, and
people
his
hated that. I personally, I felt like he could be a good Flash, but I felt like Justice League didn't do that Flash any justice. You feel me? So it was like now people hate him for something he couldn't even have control over. Like I felt like
man,
this. I felt like the Snyder cut actually gave him a little bit more, a little character understanding,
yeah,
development. It lets you kind of get in tune to like how his Flash is portrayed in that universe. Like you have more time with him. You kind of got what was going on. Like I honestly, I don't even remember him visiting his pops in the first Justice League. If I'm being real, like he went to see his
I
pops like
don't
3 times in the movie.
I
Like
don't think
once
they
when
had that part.
he seen him at like close to the beginning when he was explaining like I don't know what I want to do with my life and I'm in school trying to get you free.
I don't
Like
think
that's
they
a big
had that
part of
at
Flash's
all.
story. Like
I
his
don't
dad
think
was put in prison because he killed his mom. It wasn't he didn't kill his mom. That's the whole reason he wanted to be in criminal justice. Like they didn't put none of that in Justice League.
I'm not gonna lie. I really thought like that part was really like kind of affecting me a little bit too. Like the part where he was talking to his dad, and then his dad was like, "Nah, you need to like
Like forget about me. Like
right,
that was
forget about me."
real.
I was like,
He
"Dang."
gave you a
And then the part where at the end, where the part where he was like basically saved everybody, he was like talking like he was like thinking back what his dad was telling him. I was like, "Bruh, they really
yeah,
did
it
a good
hit different.
job."
It hit different. Like
It really did. It really did
knowing
hit different. I was
knowing
like, wow.
knowing his reason for what he was doing and the fact that they like he didn't know how he was going. He didn't know if he wanted to finish school. He knew he just wanted to work these jobs and try to finish what he was going to do. And then they show like, oh yeah, I finished. I got into this job that I was like he was done, but he didn't know what he wanted to do. He just knew that he did it just to try to help. And then when they showed like he was actually going into the actual like going to be working with the forensics team, like actually working in the criminal justice system, like that kind of showed his development. Like he went from just trying to figure out how to make a way or just going day by day hoping or wishing he could do something versus he actually trying to be active and actively try to help or do something to try to free his dad. Like, and that kind of gave his story, especially like when he started like when he did like the little broke into the Speed Force and like damn near rewild shit. Like it was like, oh dang, like that kind of set up the next movie, which was his Flash movie, was supposed to be the
Mhm.
Flashpoint Paradox, wasn't it? Or based off of that.
And
Yeah,
it's
it's
So
like
it's
really
like
they
based
didn't
off the
have
that
paradox.
that.
kind of show that. So when you get his movie and you see like he go into the like if you know Flashpoint Paradox, it's been I don't know how many years, but he went to the past to try to save his mom, and that changed everything. And just seeing like in Justice League that he had the ability to do that, or that they showed that this is a possibility for him to do, that was him in his mind, like, oh shit, I might be able to, you know, prevent my pops from going to prison or something. And that's just
hmm
like what it was. Like I felt like this Justice League set up more of the universe than the other one did, because you even got
hmm
stuff with Wonder Woman, with Batman, with Martian Manhunter, who wasn't even in the
Yes, Martian
original,
Manhunter in the whole movie.
Yeah.
Cyborg, Flash,
And,
Superman. Like
and then for
you learn
somebody
about
like me, like I'm a complete DC novice. I felt like I learned a lot of context and a lot of information just by being able to have that movie and not feel rushed through it. Like I was able to get small tidbits about each character. And like I kind of got excited to be like, oh, well, let me go look at these backstories. Let me go read up. Like, so I went and read up on Cyborg's backstory. I went and looked at Marvin the Martian's backstory because like I didn't know these backstories. So I really feel like
Cyborg from the city.
so
You feel me?
yeah, I really
Just
feel like C kind of hit it on the head in the sense that like either you start with this series of like continued like Snyder Cut or Snyder Cut S type movies where they're longer and like you give people more character development. If not that, then you go the Marvel route of giving everybody TV series. But I think like if DC wants to be different and not be like Marvel, they should go with the 4 hour or longer movies.
but that's just how DC is. Like they stuff is. I feel like DC stories are a lot more in depth and have more background to it than just trying to show it and have like a fight for justice and stuff like that. Like they have a lot of trauma built around a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Not saying that Marvel don't,
Major.
but you have stuff with like Spider-Man and his Uncle Ben and things like that. But like DC, every trauma is real. Like,
Yeah, that's why people say
like,
it's more dark. Like
like,
it's more dark. It's
like
like
that shit ain't
actual
no
like
normal. You ain't gonna watch that and not feel nothing. Like you
it's
could
not
watch
like the
Batman
boys,
parents
but
get
it's
murdered.
like, you know,
It ain't like the boys, but it ain't they
it ain't
flowers
Marvel is definitely
field.
some fantasy, but they starting to kind of mature it up a little bit. I don't know.
But DC has
Marvel
always been like that.
I said my
Like,
MCU, they've been kind of starting to mature it up a little bit because it's been like some kind of
yeah,
mature themes like
I
lately.
mean, yeah, but that's just like with time. But DC has,
Yeah,
for as much as I know, it's like they've been pretty vicious, like with
yeah.
a lot of things. Like they don't really hold back. Like it is what it is. Like that's just what DC is like. Like I feel like DC was the first time I like not really the first time, but when I seen a group of movies that's animated be rated R. Like yeah,
hmm
that ain't no normal like
Yeah.
you're not
That
about
was
to
my
see too
first
many
time too.
like you're not really like it wasn't like no Fritz the Cat and stuff like that, but it was or like OG Ren and Stimpy, like the adult one. But like watching like a superhero movie like that's animated, you thinking like, oh, this is about to be a kid show, like da 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 da. Nah, bro, like this that bat one what's the one the like the Killing Joke. That's
Killing
one
Joke.
that was rated R.
hmm
That's I was like, what the fuck? Dang, y'all with the the whole shebang with this Batman. Like it's like even it's a lot of movies that's just like Justice League Dark. Like them shits like bro, you be like, God damn. Like this should have been real. This don't need to be no cartoon because like but that's just a vibe. And I feel like it's wrong for them to not continue the timeline of like the Snyder Cut stuff because originally they plan was to have Snyder Cut in the plans in the works for everything. Like you had a Snyder Cut, it was gonna be all these other stuff that was gonna stem from off of that. I don't see what's so hard to keep it going. Like we got it late, but that shouldn't have changed. Like if you had a a, 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 a blueprint of what you wanted to do, just because one movie changed, like the movie shouldn't have changed too much far from what your goal was or what you had planned. So for them to re-release a Snyder Cut and just say like, "Oh, we're not even gonna think about this one. We just gonna go off of the one that was trash." Like the one that was trash still kind of sort of should have been on the same trajectory of what you
hmm
wanted originally.
Right.
So it shouldn't be nothing too different to say, "Oh, we just gonna base it off this." Like it's not hard to say,
It was the
"Oh,
same
the next one."
story, you know.
Yeah, same story. They add a lot more detail. So it ain't hard to have like the next movie and be like, oh, Martian Manhunter popped in. Because now, if we never got the Snyder Cut and we would have got another Justice League movie or something, and Martian Manhunter would have popped up, we would be like, where the hell he just come from? Like,
Right. Where was he the whole
Right.
time? What was he
what was his
doing?
The
purpose?
whole
Like,
time.
You know?
and I feel like just even with his part, it progressed that story a little more, especially with like Lois and Superman. Like we've seen a lot of those details. I don't know if we like really. I mean, we didn't spoil it so far. Like we seen the pregnancy test and stuff, and like even with like when they was talking about like the post-apocalyptic stuff, like I was thinking Injustice because I seen Joker, I seen Superman was basically the villain. So I'm like, damn, he must have killed Lois, killed the baby. This is Injustice. Like,
Yeah.
we about to get an Injustice movie. Like, I when I watched it, I even tweeted, I was like, damn, this reminds me of Injustice. And that's really what it was, because it wasn't Doomsday that was the villain. It was Superman, Dick telling everybody what to do, dictating everything. Like, nah, y'all stopping all this, and this is just gonna be that. I mean, Doomsday probably had something down the lines that happened that made it look like the way it did. But I was thinking Injustice the whole time. I was like, oh shit. And then we got a better Joker performance than what we did in Suicide Squad, which I feel like Suicide Squad was just like a joke, honestly. But like
I don't know,
Joker in
man.
that
He
one,
just be doing
gonna have to
whatever.
redo it.
Joker in the Snyder Cut, that was a whole nother. He didn't even act the same. It wasn't like Purple Lambo Joker. This was, I'm killing everything walking. Batman keep playing with me. Like
He gonna catch a fade too.
like it was just crazy, right? Like just seeing the differences, because like you said, I didn't remember none of the original, like for real.
It was
After
forgettable.
I watched it, I was like, damn, man, I need to go watch the other one again, because I don't remember it.
Just watch the video about the differences between
No,
the two.
I didn't go watch it, but in my head, I was like, dang, I
I would
feel like I
never
need
watch
to.
that again.
I can't watch it again.
It was
Now after I
trash,
seen
and
it,
it's
because it
confirmed
was trash
trash.
then,
Yeah, it's
and now that we
confirmed
got a new one,
trash with that
it's
Snyder
super trash.
Cut. Like, it wasn't
So
the movie that we should have got. They should have either delayed it or canceled it, and we should have
bro,
never watched that
they
other
could
one.
have delayed it easily. They
Cause
delayed could have delayed it easily.
it was not
I
good.
wouldn't. Nobody would have been mad,
It was not, that last one
especially if
was
they
not
would have,
good.
because they told us, oh, Snyder is going to be off of the movie because of family issues. What's so hard about delaying that? Oh, he got to deal with some family stuff. We could delay a movie. They didn't have to delay it. They could have just edited the movie without him. He could have. I'm sure he had director notes. They know what he wanted to do. They knew his vision. They could have just been like, oh, let's edit this up. It was probably a few scenes that they probably needed to do that, just like, little add-on scenes, but they didn't have to do that. They didn't. I felt like that was waste of money. They
Yeah,
just wanted to hire
it waste
another
of
director,
money, waste of resources, waste of
waste of
time,
time. All
just
these
a
actors,
waste of
they
life,
thought
for
they were
real.
finished recording. They had to come back, record new scenes. Like,
And think about how much money it cost to run Justice League in the theaters back when it came out, and you mean to tell me that wasn't the real vision? We watched like the
we did this.
rough draft.
We did this to not make y'all upset, but we got upset because it was trash. Like,
I ain't gonna
you
lie,
had
like
Batman versus Superman that was trash. At least try to come back and attempt to make it good. Like,
they gotta
do what
figure
you
out how
gonna
to
do.
make that joint work. Cause at this point,
They gotta
they
redo it,
invested
man. They
too
gotta
much.
redo it and do it all again. Yeah.
They invested
Then
too
they
much.
paid two directors. Hiring directors
Right.
ain't cheap.
Either they really gonna have to reboot the whole thing if they not gonna continue this Snyder cut, because we need a Green Lantern in this.
I mean, me personally, I
Yeah.
feel like they just need to leave like the little universe shit alone and just make these standalone movies like they do the animated movies.
Yeah.
They can
Yeah.
easily, like, you ain't got to worry about trying to connect nothing, because clearly y'all can't connect stories. Like,
Yeah, it's too
you can
much.
connect it, but like have one in the back, you ain't got to focus on it. Like Shazam and all that stuff. Like Shazam was good.
It was.
Like it would. They ain't trying to
This
like
next one
connect
probably
it
not
to
gonna be
Justice.
as good though.
I don't know.
It might,
Yeah,
because it might, but they got hit with the COVID
yeah, but
production.
I also got my reserve. Like, I'm kind of reserved about Black Adam. Like, so it's like they got stuff, like all these movies not connected they probably connected to the. I don't know if they connected in the same universe. They probably are, but they could easily just have all these movies just be separate movies. You ain't got to do like the MCU route where everything is just a big, huge connection. It comes down to having shows and all this stuff. Like, come on,
They're
like
trying to eat the
we
whole buffet instead of focus on that one plate.
exactly like Titans, the TV show. That's fire. It ain't connected to the universe or nothing. It's just a Teen Titans show that's live action. Is dope. Like,
Dope as hell. And
so
people
it's like,
stay using that, the music, the characters.
bro, like it's exactly like it's just like you can do this easily. You can have these movies. Don't try to make your own lane at this point.
Yep.
Like this ain't the lane for you. Yeah, y'all ain't driving at the same speed Marvel on, bro. Like
And
Marvel
that's
got a whole
okay. And it's
Marvel.
okay.
It's not a
Marvel legit
race.
has a universe, bro. Like they got all these movies that's connected to TV shows, and now they got new shows that's connected to the movies that's about to come. So it's like
And they had to take a
they
lot
too
of
far ahead.
risks. They had to take a
Like
lot of risks before they got to that point too. It
yeah,
wasn't
like
like they
they
just
with the
went
trial
No,
and
first
error.
movie was a hit. Nah, it was a lot of movies
no.
that came out before Iron Man and
Yeah.
Blade was a
And
hit, but
Yeah,
yeah.
before
And they
that,
didn't know Black Panther was gonna pop off like that. You know.
yeah. So like everybody got to go through their trial and error. I just feel like DC trying like it ain't even DC. It's probably Warner Brothers. They trying to force it because they trying to compete
yeah.
with Disney. Like
It's
you
it's
can't.
Well,
definitely WB on their side more so than DC
Yeah,
because
like it ain't
the whole
DC because
thing with
DC
the
got fire stories. We just gonna nip
yeah
that, but
the
DC
whole
got fire.
thing with the movies going straight to HBO Max, like the people that's making these movies, they don't like that, and it's crazy because Godzilla versus King Kong, that movie has made the most money in theaters since the pandemic started, and that is a movie
It,
that
I would
wouldn't.
say it ain't even make that much. Like
You
for
know what I'm
real,
yeah,
like
saying? It didn't make that much, but it still since the
but they
pandemic
made
made the most
yeah
money in theaters. So that's like a movie that really it would be like it wouldn't be like, 75%, of what these big movies would be making, but that's gonna trigger, some people to be like, "Hey, look, you know, people want to go back to the movies." And
yeah
when they start seeing them dollar signs, how they how stuff start to change. So
exactly. And I think
it's a good and a
that's what they
bad
were
thing.
trying to do with Justice League. Like they were like in such a rush to try to make something that they just was like, we don't care about the quality, we just gonna release it, type shit. And that's where you lose me. Like I'm cool. Like you ain't even gonna put this effort into trying to make good quality work or make it worth watching or something. Like keep me invested. Like it shows. Like y'all didn't care. Y'all just was trying to get our money.
Yeah.
People was excited about Justice League. Like
that's
I
definitely been
mean,
a
I'm
constant
not sure
money
like if
grab.
people expected too much, but people was excited. Like, oh, we about to get a live action Justice League. Like we about to get all the DC heroes that's been having separate movies all these years, and we about to get them
Like,
together.
Cause they already
like,
confirmed that this new Batman movie is in another universe, right?
It's supposed to be like
Earth
year one
Earth
Batman,
2 or something? Earth.
something I don't even know, but I know it's
They
supposed to
said
be
I
like
think they
year
said
one.
it's he in a different universe, so it is yeah, it's supposed to be younger Batman, young Batman, but
But
they
I
said
felt
it's
like we
not
needed a year
connected.
one movie.
Yeah.
Like we seen year one when it was like animated. Yeah,
Mhm.
Batman Year One Part One and Two. Them joints was fire. I was like, man, if they made this live action, that'd be one of the coldest Batman movies out. They get one. It might be cold. I don't know. I ain't gonna give it too much hype right now because it can easily not be dope. But it looked like it's gonna be pretty fire. I ain't gonna hold you. And I like the little Challenger Batmobile. That bitch cold.
Oh,
Like
we I mean anything Batman, if I'm being real, anything Batman is a go watch for
yeah,
me, simply for the spectacle. And we was talking about it in the Discord the other day, asking people about fictional characters, and somebody brought up Batman. I was just like, man, I know. I mean, I know you can say Batman not your favorite, but if we just talking about iconic fictional characters. Like Batman got to be in the
I
top
fall,
5.
I fall, I fall in that realm. I fall in that realm of not fucking with Batman, but understanding his importance to
Yeah,
our
that's not my
our
favorite.
community.
Yeah, it's not my
Yeah,
Batman, my
favorite,
favorite.
but Batman as like a
Batman, my
fictional
favorite.
character, the Batman universe and lore, like fictional, fictional settings, fictional characters. Batman is up there.
Yeah, I
hmm
think
The Joker,
my my
some
thing
people love the
was
Joker. We got like
my.
Bane,
I
all
think my
these
thing was
villains.
like, oh yeah, his villains are
I
He
fire.
fucks with
got the
Bane.
great villains. Poison Ivy, Scarecrow. All his villains are good
Shit,
actually.
Joker, one of the most iconic
Harley,
villains in fiction. So
yeah,
it's like, but
Joker,
like, I think Batman was like probably my favorite because at the time I wasn't like big into like comics and stuff. When I heard about Batman, it was just like, oh shit, Batman, like he's sweet. I go like Batman, like he like a kid's like kind of like dream, like he ain't got superpowers, but he really can fight everybody. Like he got a way to fight everybody. Like he had a whole series when he was showing how he was going to destroy the Justice League if anybody ever turned. Like that was cold to me. Like and like being young and seeing that, that's kind of how he like. I was like, okay, yeah, this cool. Then we got Batman versus Robin, like Batman and Robin and stuff like that. So that was like those kind of made like it more iconic for me. Whereas like he had like his TV show, and like my dad would be telling me about all this stuff. I'd be like, oh yeah, that's sweet. And then like as I got exposed to more heroes in like the DC universe, like I started liking more different people. And, like he kind of did, he took the back burner, but like he was always like one of my favorite heroes. But it's like I learned about Green Lantern. Like Green Lantern was my favorite hero from like Hal Jordan was one of my favorites. John Stewart, like all of them, like they was just cold. I was like, dang, they sweet for real. Like as long as you believe, you about to be strong. Type like that's really what. Then I got introduced to like Teen Titans, and then you got introduced to like Hawk Girl and all these different other heroes that's in the universe that just pop up. Like Joker was one of my favorite villains. Then I got introduced to Lobo. Lobo fire. Like,
but like
like
I'm just talking about from like the standpoint of like recognized across the world. Like yeah, of course. Like I wouldn't say Batman's my favorite, but like you gotta be born like on another planet to like have no idea who Batman is, what the bat signal, the Batman
yeah,
logo. You seen it somewhere. You
at
know
one
what a
point in time.
Batmobile. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like
like
that.
saying I don't know Superman.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and Superman as well. Superman got to be top 10 as well. Like, Superman's not my favorite hero at all,
Hey,
but
we
a
being
K
real.
and a S, like, come on now.
We being real. Batman and Superman are the 1 and 2 in fictional like graphic novels, and right behind that is One Piece. Like little shameless plug, but
Yeah,
but
man,
like
that's years,
for
that's
those to be like
decades.
1 and 2 like in hit like overall, like that's monumental. Like that showed the impact. And for you not to even care, like that bring you back because we talking about Justice League. For you not to even care to try to put out some good quality, like DC to made some trash movies, bro. And I've seen them all. They were trash, bro. And some of them you don't even want to mention. Green Lantern, Superman
Bruh,
Return.
that movie was
We just
atrocious.
segueing past all of them.
You know the movie trash
Atrocious, boy.
when the actor who was in the movie talks about the movie he was in the movie. That's the bro. Like when you see Deadpool 2, he was talking about Green Lantern. Like he was like, "Oh yeah,
Man.
that never existed." Like you
And
played the whole
see,
Green Lantern, bro. Like that
and
show you just like,
Deadpool, that the credit for Deadpool goes to Fox because, boy, I don't know
man,
how they made that joint happen, but they basically undid the mistake that they did using Ryan Reynolds for that other one that they called Deadpool X or whatever on
oh,
the
that
Wolverine movie. They
Origins.
undid that because they made fun of that on Deadpool 2 as well. That's
Right.
why I think
Yeah,
Deadpool 2 was
man,
hilarious
bro.
because it was
He had the
funny.
mantis arms from Cyberpunk,
Uh,
bro.
And they really thought people was gonna see that and be like, "Oh man, that's Deadpool." Like, no, no.
No.
They man, it was such a huge petition for like Ryan Reynolds playing Deadpool
That's
is
because they
up
played
there.
us, bro.
Yeah, they
Because at the
did.
beginning of the movie, he was just normal Wade Wilson.
Yep.
Like he was cold. He had his swords. disappeared the whole movie and just pop up in a laboratory like
as a mutated. I don't even know what they thought they
super
was doing.
soldier, mantis arm, blade. He was like,
And see, I
he
actually
was like,
liked that Wolverine movie, but they just ruined it. Like it's like
it was
you
a
got
good
a
movie.
nice cake, you got a nice pack of donuts, and somebody just come and just sprinkle a little bit of
But they did the
poison
same
in
thing with
there,
the
just like
they did the same thing with the second Wolverine one with the
now. See,
what
that
was it,
was
Silver Samurai.
that movie. That's like in my trash superhero movies
But I will say Logan,
category. Nah,
hey,
Logan. Logan is in my best superheroes movie category. That's why I can forgive a
Logan
lot of
was
the
fire, bro.
mistakes, because Logan is like top
I
5
got
superhero movies ever.
X-23. I got what's the other version of Wolverine? The one that he was fighting was like X3 or something like that, or
Yeah,
26, something like
that
that.
movie was
He brought him in,
crazy,
like that movie was fire, and it was rated R.
and it was
You can't
rated
go wrong
R.
when you make a movie rated R. You have so much like potential to do with, like you can put content that you probably wouldn't put in. Like it's a lot of stuff you can do, and that shit was fire. Like
Cause
Logan was
nobody
lit.
likes to see nobody. If you're supposed to have super strength and you punching people, but they just fall down like regular,
Nah,
it's like, are you really strong? That's why when we was watching, like when Marvel started doing like the Captain America movies, even though those movies have people that are like
nah,
mostly normal, when Captain
bro,
America was kicking people, they was like they had to make it look like oh
he
yeah,
was
he got
kicking.
super strength. Like
Bro, he
it's
stole
not
the
a
whole
regular kick.
vibranium shield at their heads. Like
Yes,
it's
like
what
that's why I think that movie it's just like
episode
subtle
just
details.
finished. Episode just finished, and
Okay.
yeah, we gonna talk about that when it's
It's
over.
just the subtle details of it. Like
Bro,
and
did you
then
watch that the whole time?
Yes, I was watching
Bro,
and talking.
This man Kenny is the
Uh,
multitask king,
Bro,
G.
I've been watching anime since I've been watching anime. I can read subtitles, listen, and talk. Like I can do this. Like
so yeah, we kinda
li-
talked about the DC stuff and how that's been, whatever. And Snyder Cut was good, but hopefully we can
yeah,
come back and have some more good talk
fact.
about the
Yeah.
DC. But yeah,
Hopefully,
if you want to talk about the episode you just watched, we definitely can circle back to that
I mean,
Winter Soldier.
if
Yeah,
you
so
want to,
let's go ahead and slide back. So
I got
first
some
before we get
questions,
into
no
the
answers.
context of this week's episode, can we talk about how I think Marvel is doing a great job of painting the image of what it's like to be black in this country, even when you're doing good for Falcon.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like with his sister going through the issues with like the business and the house and being a single mom, taking care of the kids,
Life.
like him out trying to be like, quote unquote good for society, but him still being viewed as a black man.
Mhm.
Like I feel like they are checking hella boxes
Yeah.
and nobody's really talking about that. Um
Yeah,
so
that's
let
why I mentioned it
before we
earlier with
can
the
yeah.
racial themes, the
Mhm.
PTSD, the stuff with Bucky and like like the military, how they
Yeah.
basically be like
Ooh,
forgotten
brainwashing
about.
people.
And
Yeah.
basically like how people, veterans they just get forgotten about and
That's real.
on top
Like
of the forgotten about veterans, you got the African American soldiers, like you said, Sam, and then Isaiah, the whole thing with Isaiah Bradley, his
Mhm.
whole story of him even being in the Marvel universe is that he was Captain America when Steve Rogers was frozen, but he stole Steve Rogers' suit, so he didn't get no accolades for it, which is like that's real life stuff. Like Tuskegee Airmen. We posted about the Harlem Hellfighters. We posted about them on the page before. These people went to the front
Mhm.
lines and they had to eat shit when they came back to USA. So
They
same
ain't
thing.
get
They
not a
showed that
motherfucking thing.
After Endgame, Sam got snapped away for 5 years, and then the dude at the bank hit him with the "you had no employment for 5 years, bruh."
Yep.
That joint made me so mad. Like it triggered me because I'm like, bruh, they really will pull some shit like that. But like you said, they painting that picture like,
I
you know what I'm
need to
saying?
watch
Yeah,
that.
you a superhero, but you still a black man. Like,
Don't get it twisted
you
out
know
here
what
in
I'm
these
saying?
streets, please. Do not get it twisted.
And they kind of made that
Also,
joke with the what was it with the Marvin Gaye, where he was like,
mm,
he
mm,
said he captures the the African American experience. I'm like, yo,
yeah. Yeah, you better get the fuck up out of here with that shit.
they
Get
are.
the fuck up out of here. Y'all, they were pushing the limits at that point. Hey, welcome in, my flash guy. What's good, y'all?
But they going, they taking it there though. Like you said, they pushing the limit. They going further than they ever have. Because it hasn't been it. You know, with Wakanda, you know, Black Panther. You know that. You know that's. You know that was different.
Hmm.
But it hasn't really been like.
That's pro
That's why they
black.
had. That's why they had. Ken was just saying. Outlaw was just saying they had Iron Patriot. Don Cheadle. They had him on the first episode because it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, they touching on character themes that
Mhm.
they never got to touch on. That's the beautiful thing about these shows, man.
Do
Beautiful.
you think, Stan Lee was always an advocate for diversity? Do you think that Marvel is really trying to take on that mantle now of making sure they keep diversity at the forefront of what Marvel is doing by taking the time to like show, like Falcon's story and, cast certain characters in certain ways?
Here's the funny thing. If they follow the same thing that the comics have done, they have no choice but to do that because back in the day, yeah, like you said, Stan Lee, he made these things based on real life. You know, it's fiction, but it
Mhm.
still have some real life basis to it. But as time progressed, they diversified things. They are more. They are, we got Shang-Chi coming out, the Asian American. Or I don't even know if he's Asian American. If he's just straight up in China, but you got him coming in, and then Miss Marvel is Indian in the comics. You
Yep.
got her coming in. Iron Heart, which is the new the next Iron Man is a black girl. We know Sam Wilson takes the mantle in the comics, so like I was saying, if they follow what the comics have done, it's gonna become more diverse than it has been. You know, they've been sticking true. You know, they've been doing good with the imagery. But yeah, we'll see how long it goes. As far as them personally taking up the mantle, I feel like that's like is a part of it. Like if you watching these shows but you being closed minded, it's like an oxymoron, you know? Like how can you like X-Men but you have a problem with, people that's different from you. Like
Different
yeah,
from you.
it's deep. Like and yeah, shout out to Stan Lee, man, for being a visionary cuz yeah, that's just like one of the greatest American, creators that
And
we that
constantly
we
push the
got.
envelope
Like,
for us.
man,
You think
did it
so,
have
Blue?
to?
Blue says got to recast eventually. Yeah, I mean, you
Yes.
do have to recast at certain points because certain people will
Yeah.
reach certain levels. That kind of like what happened to
Contracts and stuff like
yeah,
that.
what happened to not Walking Dead. Well, yeah, The Walking Dead too, and Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones got to season 8, and it was just like they did so great for holding on to so many people for 7 seasons. But I also think the story like played to them being able to do that. They killed certain people off. They went and made more money doing other things. Well, you got people like John Wall and Cersei Lannister and the Khaleesi, where like they're getting contracts and different things, and they got to go. So now you got to speed up what you initially had planned, and I just hope that that doesn't happen and kind of derail what they're doing.
Ah, man. They got enough money to go around, and they can
True.
pay whoever they want to
True.
keep around. They can afford to keep them there. Just gotta make sure they don't go live on Instagram with drinks and strippers in the
It's
background.
true. Hey,
So
shout
they,
out to Paul Pierce, bro. He a real one. Hey, yo,
man,
somebody a porn site and already offered Paul serious, bro. They do sports and porn stars. Hey, yo, get paid, Paul. Get paid because you out here living every toxic black man's fantasy, bro. Every toxic black man's fantasy is yours right now. So by all
You feel
means,
me?
if somebody gonna pay you for it,
It wasn't
get
even
that
toxic though.
bread.
He was just living life.
It wasn't toxic. He was just chilling.
He was
That's
having
that's
he was
like a
having
normal day
a great
when you
weekend.
having
If
a
you
little
ask
get together.
Hey, facts.
That
I
was just a normal
co-sign.
weekend with money.
telling people to pull up.
Like if you got money, that's your weekend for real. Like
Bro, pull up. For real.
why wouldn't you? Of course,
That's
I'm about to. Yeah, you know how many times I just been to a cabin and just was drinking. You know, had some shorties over, chilling with the homies. Like we just chilling.
Just
Like,
don't go live on
Hey,
Instagram.
yeah,
don't go
that's
live on Instagram.
that's the only thing. And if you do post it, put it in your close friends. Like
Friends, please let that circle be green, fam.
just make
It's
sure it's
just
green.
we just
Let
live
it
in a
be.
society where certain things like I'm
But you know,
I'm
I
not saying
understand it
nothing
though.
was wrong with it, but you know how it is. Like if any of us if our job if somebody like it's like one of those things like
But it's
just don't
also an
let me
image
find
thing.
out. You know what I'm saying? Like an
Yeah,
image like say like somebody come to you at work on the sidebar be like, hey, I saw you outside of work, just keep it on the low, but they don't say nothing. It's not
yeah,
really a problem because it's just one on one. But you you went, you was recording and then you at work showing the people, then it's like, okay, you representing, you showing people
yeah.
how you acting outside of work, and you supposed to, technically, if we being honest, you represent the entity that
You
you are a
represent the
part
company.
of 24/7. Like,
And I'm sure that was in his contract. Like, don't like do this stuff. Like,
it's unfortunate,
I mean,
man, but
it's
just he
unfortunate.
should
At the
have
same
went. He
time,
just
I'm
should have
sure
just
he probably
chilled. He should have went to Discord.
wasn't even thinking about it.
Should have went to
Should have
Discord.
went to Discord, man.
He probably was just enjoying himself. You know how I get when you enjoy yourself. You kind of just
Yeah.
do stuff. So, I mean, it's unfortunate, but at the same time,
himself.
I know he know like I know he know like what his contract and stuff said. So I know he knew it was repercussions to it. Like
Yeah.
I mean, if he didn't, then you probably should have read the contract, my guy. But
I swear, but America is the most free but ain't free country.
Right.
You free.
Free, but not
You free to follow
dude, I
these
mean,
not
rules.
we was talking about
at
the
all
Winter Soldier.
times.
Y'all talking about Black Panther, right? I think that's what y'all talking about in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, recasting.
From this episode just said, "Oh, Black Panther ain't gonna play the rock."
Hey, Blue.
But
We talked about the Winter Soldier Falcon episode. I don't know if you watched it,
yeah,
and
so I
Keith,
ain't
if you
gonna.
watched it, if one of
I don't
y'all
know
want to
what they
weigh
played
in. But
but he
yeah,
right.
you know what I'm
Can't
saying?
keep the role empty for too long. Like you can
Yeah.
easily recast.
Yeah.
I ain't got no problem with them recasting. Like it ain't even no big deal to recast. Like
They can do
it's
the
just
CG. We know they're good with the CGI face stuff, but they've been putting out news saying that they are not going to do this X, Y, and Z. So I don't really know, but they got the technology. If they just wanna do an off screen thing, and
yeah.
have it be
But
like
I feel
that,
like
and it's not like they
Hey,
recasting T'Challa, but other people can take up the mantle of Black Panther. Like we saw that in the first movie. Like they made it very clear that other people can take the fruit, and so they can explain it. They can explain it and make it make sense. Like yeah,
it's just
we'll
how they
see.
play the story.
We'll see. Yeah, it's gonna be tough because Ryan Coogler, he already been putting out statements saying that it's a tough job. Because they basically got to continue on without Chadwick, and I know that's like the hardest thing ever. So it's unfortunate, man. I
Yes,
really just want them to do
they got
whatever.
different timelines,
Yeah.
dimensions. It's so much they could do. They could be like, "Oh, this is T'Challa from Universe 87
So did y'all see
thousand."
the Loki trailer that came out too? Y'all saw
Yeah,
that? It came out.
it's like 20 million timelines.
They they showed on the trailer that the timeline split, like it split.
When
Like
they went into the past and Loki ended up taking that Tesseract, That changed everything because that wasn't supposed to happen.
It was like on the trailer. If you pause it and look, it was like 13 new paths got
It was
created.
one line, and then it went this way, this way, this
Yes.
way, this way, that way, this way.
So
So
this
much stuff
job
is
about to
going on
be.
that we don't even know about. It's probably a timeline where Captain America and Thanos died at the same time or something. Like
Man,
Captain
it's
America
about
never
to
went
be
to the past.
crazy, man.
That
The
Loki looked
Loki.
like it's lit.
Yeah, and I was like,
They
I
got
was
some
already.
monsters.
It's
Man,
gonna be solid, man. They
it's crazy
It
how they
is.
popularized Loki so much, like just in this universe.
Oh yeah.
Because like I ain't really hear too outside of like the MCU. Like I used to heard, I've seen Loki a few times in the comics, but I ain't really know too much about him until like this. I was like, oh dang. I mean, I knew about him because I like Norse mythology, so I know like Loki and stuff like that. Another thing, I don't want to spoil nothing, but play God of War. But
Talking about
but
the
like
new God of War, the on PS4.
yeah.
Bruh, if you ain't played that new God of War on PS4
Yeah,
by
I got the
now,
PlayStation. I got a PlayStation. I ain't never finished it, but I know the story.
Hey, listen, PlayStation's up next. I'm getting that shit next, bro. I'm definitely getting that shit next.
But
go
yeah,
ahead and get it
but
because
like,
we got some Ghost of Tsushima to play.
Boy, you
but
ain't
yeah,
never lied. That's the first game I'm playing when I get that shit.
that's the first game I want to play.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah,
But like it's I think like it brought like a lot of popularity. Like that's what I like about the MCU. Like a lot of characters that weren't like big time characters, like that were. I mean, even if they were, I wasn't like a super fan. So a lot of characters, I was like, oh, who's this? Okay,
Spider
you
Man.
know, like
That's about
I mean,
it.
I knew everybody knows Spider Man, but
Right.
like outside of like the big names, like nobody really, not too many people know about like Luke Cage and stuff like that. Like when they had like the Netflix series and stuff, like
Yeah.
it's people don't know about. Like so, I do like appreciate that. Like they gave a lot of these characters like a different light. Like Scarlet Witch, she has a whole different light of what she was like,
So what y'all think
kind of.
about the movie? They finally announced that it's gonna be $30 on Disney Plus and in theaters for Black Widow. So it's gonna be a
But it's
wait.
$30 in theaters.
They well, it's in theaters, but if you
I
want
ain't
to
gonna
watch
no
it on
goddamn
Disney
theater and
Plus,
pay
it's
$30.
$30. So
I mean,
July
I'll
around that
be
time,
masked up because $30 is gonna be my movie ticket and popcorn. So at least I'm gonna get fucking popcorn out of it if I go to the theaters. Whereas I'm $30 assed out if I'm watching it at the crib.
we can do a what you call it,
I mean,
a movie party or
honestly,
something, a watch
I
party
feel
or
like we can
something.
have
Oh,
a watch
bet.
party and put
Let's
in,
do
and
that. Hey,
that, I mean,
we
we put in on watching fights on pay per view, so it
Yeah,
ain't
hey,
we
nothing.
can
that's
do it.
big facts.
$10.
Hey,
It's
Blue, you hear
$10
it,
to play
man? Listen.
UFC.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can do a
we can
watch
all
party or
go
something.
in and do a little watch party.
I
I
can
mean, cause
like
I
$10 to
honestly
play.
would just save $30 from not
Act like we
Hey,
eating,
ain't got
from
Discord.
hey, we
not
ain't
Exactly.
got
eating one day.
Discord.
Eat,
That's
blowing
facts.
$30 at the restaurant and just buy the movie
Look,
and
spend
but
30.
yeah, if we
I
want to chip
spend
in or just split it,
I spend 60 for an eight. So
you know what I'm saying? And that's yeah. So
I think I can risk a
if
movie.
I'm spending 30 on a movie, I'm gonna spend the 30 getting some food, going to
I'm gonna
get a
spend 30 doing
haircut,
something.
something else,
Yeah.
some
And
That's
DLC,
true.
that's
something,
30 without even looking.
yeah. So
Like
yeah,
you ain't even
we can
thinking about
plan it.
that.
It's in July, which
Yeah, we
honestly
got time.
would be probably a good time if you thinking about going to the movie
Also,
theater. It might
we're
not be
gonna be
too
watching
bad.
Mortal Kombat in the Discord too. I was gonna
But
announce
we
that.
could honestly we could do a Discord hang, man, and just advertise that we're gonna be showing the movie there.
Did you not just listen to what me and C was just talking? You know
Yeah,
what?
I did.
It'll
I
be
did.
yeah, it'll be through Discord. I mean, unless
Hey,
I don't think we local enough to do it. So yeah, just do it through
yeah.
Discord and yeah, we can. I mean, I'm cool to do something like that.
I could pull up to
I'm
C's
good.
house.
Yeah,
I'll pull-
that'd be a good time too.
I'm gonna be here, so you know.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Just,
we'll definitely talk about that
that's
some
gonna be
more
in the
closer.
works.
Yeah, close. And Loki will be done watch Loki by that time, so it'll be good. It's gonna be
Yeah,
a good summer,
it's
man.
gonna be cool.
It's
And then
definitely
we
gonna
got
be a
the
good
MK
summer.
coming up. I want
Mortal
to do a
Kombat.
watch party for that.
Yeah,
So
April 23rd on the MK 11.
They pushed it back a week, which it would have been
yeah,
coming out next week.
yeah.
But that's
So
Yeah, so
dope.
it's
we
the
gonna be in
23rd.
Discord for that. I
Yeah.
already got that ready. It's
Mhm.
on my HBO reminder little ping, so it's gonna be like ding ding.
So
It's released.
that's the weekend that we got the guests.
Miss Pinky. Yep.
So yeah,
Miss Pinky
we'll
covered. Like she
get
she
on
a
her
cool
nerves.
person.
She from the city too, ain't she, Kenny?
We'll get on her
I
nerves
was there
talking
streaming
about
the
some
other
Mortal
day for
Kombat.
Mhm.
it. He's a good
Yeah.
man. They're talking about
So
some
Yeah,
Mortal
y'all
Kombat.
did watch Godzilla?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it. The fights were good.
The fights were good. I think they did a really good job.
The
With
story
the
was
CGI.
subpar, but the fights were fire.
I mean, that we got what we came to see. Big
Yeah,
monsters
that's
Which
throwing
that,
hands, tails,
yeah,
beams,
I didn't
yeah,
expect too much out of
beams
the story.
and
I was
fucking tails,
X.
beams, and memes. Know what I mean? That's what we came to see. That's what we
tails,
came to
beams, and
see.
memes. That should have been the name of the episode. Tails, beams, and memes. You feel me?
You feel me?
I definitely like the new Kong from that Skull Island movie, but you already know Godzilla is technically Godzilla's movie universe, and then
Yeah, they just couldn't
Godzilla
think
with
about it.
that beam was not gonna be defeated.
Like he
Like
a whole nuclear weapon.
right, that's a yeah.
Like man,
A
bro.
nuclear weapon that is the size of the tallest building you can imagine that can swim super fast. Like it's just too many L's to be taken too many different
It's
ways
like
from Godzilla.
he can beat you on land and sea. Like it's
That's
These
why I
are
was
the
like
limits.
in
Land
the
and sea, both of them.
in the trailer
both
when
of
they was
them.
fighting on the
Yeah,
ship, I was like, how is
come
this
get
gonna
some
work?
wings. He gonna beat you in the air too.
Hey,
Welcome in, my flash guy.
Shout out
I had to
to
be with
my
my
Flash
friends,
guy.
guys. I had to find a way to be with my friends. I missed you too
Welcome in,
much.
my flash
I
guy.
couldn't just
Y'all, the
watch.
homie,
I had to
my
talk.
flash guy, like I said earlier, was out here chasing the bread. He is back now. We appreciate him coming and pulling up on us.
Yeah, but
Don't worry about what I'm doing right now.
his post work.
Oh, it's all good. We
Don't worry about what I'm
we
doing right now.
already know what
Yeah,
it
we see the
is.
toilet. We already know what you doing.
Yeah, I was just
We
out here trying
already
to make
know what it
myself feel
is.
better. Just trying to make myself feel better. You know what I'm saying?
Tell us about the Falcon and Winter Soldier, man. We all watched it.
Yeah,
We can talk mildly spoilerish.
freely.
I mean,
Well,
people
I
in
kind
the
of,
comments they'll be
yeah.
okay.
I mean, I kind
They
of
usually
peeped
mute
the
us
end of
if
it.
we
Yeah.
spoil
I
it.
kind of peeped the end of the conversation. You know, I jumped in the chat. I kind of agree with everything y'all said, though. I mean, the episode was fire. If you haven't watched it yet, you definitely need to watch it because at the end, oh my god,
Oh my god!
oh my god.
That's what I said when I looked over. I was like, episode finished, and I was like, the episode finished.
You know that's
Brandon,
gonna be on the memes. That
Brandon
last
fucking
shot.
Brandon fucking hit me up and was like, "Bro, what you doing?"
I text that
I'm
man.
about to,
I said,
I'm
"Hey,
about to be." I said, "Bro, I'm about to watch some Titans, and I'm about to
no,
probably
you
watch an
not.
episode of Invincible." He said, "Bro, you need to
No,
go ahead
you
and watch
not.
that what Falcon Winter Soldier right now. Go ahead, turn that shit on." I said,
Hey,
"Oh, bro, I bet."
Can we talk about Invincible?
Oh my!
We gotta
God.
wait. Let's wait a little bit. Cause I know cause I was gonna put
I
that
still
down
have
to
to
talk
watch.
about today. I was
Yeah,
gonna
I
be like,
still have
let's
to
talk
watch
about
it.
Invincible. But
Oh,
let's
I
wait.
still
Let's
have to
wait.
watch it.
yeah, let's wait.
We can talk about that next week. Cause I
Yes,
do want to
we
watch
definitely-
it. Cause I ain't
Yeah.
had time to really sit and watch it.
I need to get the. Are they mangas? Are they?
I think it's just comics, right?
All right, well, I need to get the comics too. Because I didn't know what happens next. Because this shit got me on the edge of my seat right now.
I was like,
Yeah, we gonna talk about that
We
one.
gotta talk about it next week. We'll talk about
We
it.
gonna talk
Falcon
about
Winter
that.
Soldier, though. The Falcon Winter Soldier, though, it was dope, and I'm definitely I'm all about how they're kind of adding in the kind of the racial themes behind it. Because I know we talked about earlier. You guys mentioned the whole Stan Lee thing and kind of how that was his MO when he was writing the comics. So yeah, like C said, they kind of have no choice really, because if they're gonna at least be somewhat close to kind of the context, to what the writing, they've got to kind of continue to celebrate all the diversity that's in the MCU. So it's gonna be nice to kind of continue to see how they challenge and make people feel uncomfortable with how they introduce these topics. Even the episode a couple episodes ago where they had the whole police show up interrogate him in the streets, and then they end up arresting Bucky. Like that whole situation right there. Like,
Hey, yo,
that,
listen. Was it just me, or did y'all? Was I the only person who instantly felt uncomfortable when that was happening?
oh no, I immediately was not uncomfortable. I was upset. I was
Yeah.
upset. Like,
Yeah.
I was mad. Like my man over here, superhero. Like, yeah, I was like, y'all are crazy for this. But
But see, the fact that they had just left the dude Isaiah Bradley house, who was basically like the MCU equivalent to like one of the people that was in the Tuskegee experiment. He's basically the superhero equivalent to that. They just left his crib, so you already feel some type of way, and then that it was like upset, triggered, whatever word you want to use. Like,
I don't know which one.
Mad as
I was one of them words.
shit.
One of them
You
words.
know, this is a moment where you use livid.
Livid.
Yeah, livid.
That's perfect.
That's the one.
The perfect
my
description.
Trainer, whenever she was really mad at this, she was like, "You guys make me livid.
You're making me so livid right now."
She mean business. Like that's like when your mama don't talk to you, and you know she
right. When you say something to your mama and she don't respond, you like, I'm gonna go in the other room.
I'm gonna back off.
But yeah, that Falcon Winter Soldier is definitely hot. I'm definitely waiting. I'm definitely excited about the low key when that shit drops, because I mean it's just gonna continue to expand on what they're already doing. They're doing so good. Like, if we could just take a second to just give MCU.
Yeah, man.
Just give them their roses. We got to give them their roses right now, because I mean they're doing between WandaVision and this now with what we're expecting from Loki, with Black Widow coming out around the corner. Like, they really walking into this next phase. Like, hey, look, we got some shit for y'all. We're gonna give y'all a lot more context to understand what's really happening, and the casting has been phenomenal. So I'm with it. I'm with everything MCU is doing right now.
Yep.
Yeah, and like. And Disney, like they've been on the road for real, because they actually have that we didn't even I didn't know about it. I don't know who knew about it outside of like when it got announced, but the new Star Wars joint.
Yeah, it come out May 4th on Star Wars Day. So yeah, we watching that and we talking about that. We talking about that too.
Hold on, let me put my face back on the screen. Let me put my face back on the screen. We are going to talk about that. Yeah, we are definitely going to be talking about that shit.
Everything that comes out on Disney Plus, Star Wars, and Marvel is pretty much automatic for me. So
yeah, facts.
Man,
which is wild, because they were real upset. I remember people were, when Disney started taking a primary over Star Wars from Lucasfilm. People were like, "Oh, I don't really know," but I mean, outside of the movie, like with what they've done with the shows, the Star Wars shows, I mean, just like you said, with anything they've done with Star Wars and Marvel right now, showing them on Disney Plus, they haven't missed shit.
John Favreau.
He ain't miss, bro. He don't miss.
Just gotta say his name on that note, because he is single-handedly redeemed the Star Wars universe. Because the new movies haven't been horrible to me, but they ain't doing the series justice. They ain't doing the Star Wars.
That last one was pretty.
I like the movies. Don't get me wrong. I like the movies, but if I'm being, I got a Star Wars shirt on right now. You see who I got on it, because that's like the only Star Wars thing that really matters to me right now is Mandalorian, and they did so good to the point where they should have did The Force Awakens should have been the movie, and then they should have did a Jedi show. Like, you know what I'm saying, with Rey and doing her arc like that, man, it would have been so much better.
I felt like they were cool. They were like, they weren't trash movies. Like, they visually like.
There wasn't no Justice League. No.
I'm
not saying that they were like Justice League, but for me personally, I ain't like the way the
middle. I like the ones that were off story more than I like the ones that were on story. Like, I like Rogue Ones and Solo more than I like the last 3 in like canon movies they dropped. The ones outside of canon, I like those more than I like the other 3.
But Rogue One actually,
Rogue One was good.
Said to be canon.
Rogue One is canon.
But
you talking about like
outside
about the Skywalker saga.
Yeah.
And I do like Rogue One more than
I didn't like the new 3 one. Like, the first one was cool. I was like, okay, I see it's gonna be kind of cool. Then the story kind of started losing me. I was just like, they good movies to watch, but like story wise, like You ain't have to bring back Palpatine. I don't care.
But you
They
can
did have to
tell,
bring
you
back
can tell it
Nah,
was a,
bro,
it was a. They went
that
like
Palpatine,
this.
you
They
can
went this way.
that
They drove
Palpatine
all the way this way, and then they came all the way
Came
back
all the way back.
that way.
Yeah.
Cause with
Yeah, it was
the
like,
what's the middle Last Jedi, they went
Yeah.
this way, and then they
Yep.
just complete
U-turned.
all the way back over here
yeah,
with
so it's like,
Palpatine coming back. It was like, nah,
I'm not saying
y'all should have
you
kept the
like you
same
said,
vision.
they're not no Justice League. Like Justice League
Yeah,
is a
they're definitely not Justice
but
League. Yeah.
like from like the lore of Star Wars that I kind of knew or know, like it's just like it was cool, but it wasn't like
Yeah. No, I can agree with that.
They should have did. They didn't do enough with Finn. They didn't do enough
Nope.
with Finn and
they
Poe.
tossed Finn to the side. 'Cause
They
I
tossed him
honestly
to the
thought that
side.
he was gonna be like
They
Yeah,
tossed him
Finn,
to the
Finn was
side.
supposed to be a major character, and he never really panned out to be
and
as
he
big
let
as he was led on to be.
and he let him feel it.
And
Yeah.
that's why
Yeah.
I said like John
And then they
Boyega
had,
got wasted. His
and
skills
then they
and
had
everything got
Lando,
wasted.
Lando's daughter. Like
Yeah.
she kind of just didn't get like she kind of that you thought she was gonna be like a big play. Then it was just like she had one little big moment, and it was just like okay, she just got added just to bring Lando back. Like,
Basically, yeah.
that was,
If
But then they ended up bringing him back anyway.
yeah,
So it didn't even really matter.
if they somehow could have made it,
my differences with the movie, but it wasn't horrible. It's just
it wasn't
Could have been
horrible.
better.
It just that's why I'm saying it. I don't think it did
like the
the
movies were
whole
done great.
Star
They were great.
Wars.
They were good movies.
Yeah,
Obvious stuff.
like it just
Story.
like as a movie. Yeah, but like I hate how so this is where my problem is with the whole
And I don't
trilogy.
like how they trying to reset all the lore and stuff. Like
They did this whole thing with Rey, you know, when she grabbed the lightsaber in The Force Awakens, and they had this, you know, this magic thing that they said she was gonna tell her about later that they never went back to.
Never went back and told her. Yep.
They clearly waste either they had an idea for Finn in the beginning and went back on it, or they just played us. It should have been he should have been Jedi. Like
all I know
Finn
is
should have
in
been
that first
Stormtrooper
movie,
gone Jedi. Like that
all
was
I
the
know
I
best
thought that was
trajectory.
the original plan. I thought that was
Yep.
the original plan for the
they
movie
made
anyway.
Finn look like him and Rey was about to restore the Jedi Order. And
Yeah.
that's how the story was gonna go.
And then they set
Stormtrooper
it up where it was
turned
just Finn was a
regular
glorified
trooper.
sidekick.
Like yeah, a glorified sidekick. Like come
Because
on.
he was even a sidekick to Poe at one point. Like it really wasn't even like
basically.
Poe had a bigger role in the movie than Finn did, really.
They made Poe like Han Solo.
And then they had the nerve to make them what co-general at the end,
Yep.
talking about they co-general. I'm like, bro, y'all played Finn this whole trilogy.
Start to
Y'all
finish.
played him.
Start to finish.
Yeah.
But
Ain't nothing killing the Clone Wars though. Like that's a TV show. That's the TV show. That shit probably the most lit Star Wars story out
Facts.
next to Mandalorian.
yeah.
Facts.
So yeah, they probably Star Wars. I know they had to shift direction and shift focus, but
It's
they
cool.
need to
Like,
capture that
new
magic.
directions,
Yeah, that
new
TV show.
audience.
Yep.
That
Yeah,
TV
Bad
show
Batches is gonna bring him back
template.
though.
Because they had Mandalorian, so that made up for a lot of stuff for me.
A lot.
Mandalorian made up for all of it.
We
A
getting
lot.
the Obi-Wan, we getting the Boba Fett,
Yeah.
Ahsoka.
Did
As
y'all?
soon as they said
y'all-
Ahsoka Tano, I was sold.
Have
I
y'all
seen her
seen
on
the what you call it? It's like a thing on Disney Plus, like the behind the scenes of how they make the Mandalorian.
I watched those.
So Mandalorian, low key, like it's an amazing production because they got like a team of directors that are all like doing some crazy stuff in the movie space right now. So I don't know if
Yeah.
they can keep that going with the rest of the live action stuff, but if they
'cause
can,
that's gonna be a lot of money they're gonna have to pay out to keep them.
oh yeah.
But man, but think about that amount of money.
But
they're
they can make
making
it
right now.
They can
Yeah,
make
they're
that
making
money.
so much money off of Mandalorian. Like Mandalorian hasn't had a new show in what 3-4 months, right? So like people are still
itself
rewatching it by himself. Baby Yoda's making all the money by himself in merchandise and clothes and fucking
Grogu.
They gonna have the money for a while to push this shit. Sorry, Grogu, my bad, not Baby Yoda. But yeah, they gonna have the money for a while to be able to do this shit. So yeah, it's just gonna be. I'm excited.
I'm ready for the next little set of shows that they're gonna have.
Oh
I just want to see what this Bad Batches is about.
You know they like to do stuff around Christmas time, so you know we're gonna get a good Star Wars announcement before the end of this year, like new show, something, 2022. If it doesn't drop this year, it'll be like beginning.
Well, we gotta wait. What the next thing that we know about that they're working on right now is the Obi-Wan shit and the Boba Fett shit, right? So
and they ramping up with that Obi-Wan joint.
Yeah,
for real.
So that by the end of the
year. I think that Boba Fett gonna be fire.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that Boba Fett is definitely gonna be fire.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like,
if we being
Boba
low,
Fett's one of the most like
high key, that Boba Fett probably gonna be fire.
Characters in the Star Wars.
Yeah. Like they're like you have no like there are certain characters you just can't fuck up, right? Like Boba Fett's one of them. You just can't fuck up Boba Fett. Like so if with the level of production they put into Mandalorian on
my bad.
You good.
My bad. I was saying like with this Boba Fett, I feel like they need to give us like more of the detail. Like we got a little bit of it like with the Clone Wars, but like the clones are Boba Fett. Like, so it's like,
or is it Django?
No,
Django Fett.
Django Fett. But
Django Fett.
But I like just with the Boba Fett story, like we can dive deeper into the lore of like what really happened. Like, they really just kind of glazed over it, like just saying like, oh, this is where they came from, this is this and that's that.
And that was in the show and in the movie. They never really give you any background.
Like the show was gonna give us like all the background because we got to see Order 66 in the show. Like we seen a lot of detail in the show.
That was my first like introduction to Order 66. Like I went back and looked. I was like, hold on,
you ain't see Revenge of the Sith?
I did, but like I didn't spend a lot of time like paying attention to the order. I didn't. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Palpatine was like Order 66. Yeah. Anakin was like, all right.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when shit started getting crazy.
That man Anakin single-handedly took out a whole fortress. Because they would not make him a master.
Bro, and it's just crazy to think about how Anakin has so much power, like he could do the amount of stuff that he could do with his ability to control the Force is just like
I don't even think it's. We had that conversation the other day, and I never understood it. Like y'all could have easily just made him a master and left it at that. He ain't got to be on the console.
Nothing. Just make him a master. That's
First
it. Just say you are a master.
He single-handedly stopped the war. Let's be honest. Like if it wasn't for him and Ahsoka, and maybe I'll give Obi-Wan some credit. But,
a little bit.
Fuck that. Him and Ahsoka played it.
Obi-Wan was his master.
Yeah,
I mean, Obi-Wan you give me excited, but Obi-Wan ain't out here doing this shit. Anakin doing it.
Qui-Gon was technically his master.
Hey, y'all don't rock with Kenobi?
No, I love Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I love Obi-Wan, but I'm just saying Anakin out here putting paws on people.
Yeah, I'm not talking about
Clone War. Anakin was a general and led every battle he led was won. And
period.
Nobody can say that. So
he should have been a master.
I'm giving Anakin his credit. And for them, and when Anakin came to them, it was like, why can't I be a master? Oh, because you have your heart wavers. Bitches wavering because y'all not giving me no credit. Like,
this is all your fault that I feel this way.
You're in love, so you can't be a master. What? Like, come on, bro. That's when I was like, man, the Jedi kind of corrupt. I mean, they ain't corrupt, but they got to get away from the old ways. That old ways of the Jedi, nah, you got to drop that. Like, we need to revamp some stuff because y'all tripping. I can't have no kids. I can't love nobody. I just got to be out here just non-violent, Like I got to be a priest with a weapon.
Right. A
And
priest,
a constant
a priest
rager.
knight,
That's the most ass backwards shit.
Bro, I'm
a
a priest
night
with a
priest.
sword. I was like, you tripping? Like I can't do nothing. I can't talk. I can't talk to nobody. I can't care for nobody. This man had a whole mom that he had to leave behind as a kid because of his powers. And you telling me because I'm too old, I can't learn? Like, come on. They didn't even want him in the first Star Wars. They was like, nah, he too old. He can't be your Padawan, Qui-Gon. What you mean?
Like, what you mean? Like, bro, come on.
Do you not see this man on the Richter
He
scale?
has the highest level of metachlorian we've ever seen.
That's why I feel like if Qui-Gon Jinn was still alive, Star Wars, it probably would have played a lot differently.
Oh, way different.
Because
Way
Qui-Gon,
different.
where Obi-Wan, he trained him and stuff, but Obi-Wan was more seen like as a big brother. Qui-Gon was like more of a he was
mentor, teacher,
more like a teacher, father figure, mentor. Like he had more of an impact than Obi-Wan did. Because when Anakin came around, Obi-Wan was still training. Like he was a knight, but he was young. Like he was still learning. Like a lot of his wisdom came from what Qui-Gon taught him, and a lot of stuff that Anakin learned came from when they first met Qui-Gon. Like it was just like, yeah, now he dead, so Obi-Wan got to take over now. That's what I was. But for them not to give Anakin nothing, we didn't went into a whole Anakin little spiel. But for them not to give him his credit and try to treat him like the way he did, that's why he was so easily to be manipulated.
But it's kind of on key because we was mentioning fictional characters there earlier, and another fictional character that I think is top 5, no questions asked, is Darth Vader. Like
Vader,
can't even really disagree because even if you've never seen one bit of Star Wars, anything, you've seen Darth Vader. You know exactly what he looks like. You know the breathing sound. You know James Earl Jones' voice.
Yep.
You know I am your father. Luke, I am your father. If you've never seen not one Star Wars, you know all that stuff I just mentioned.
I just bought a new AirPod case, and you talk about conflicted as fuck between buying a Baby Yoda and a Darth Vader case, bro. Like I was conflicted, like hella fucking conflicted. Like I held the Darth Vader in my hand for at least 2 minutes before I decided on the Baby Yoda, just because of what is new and current. But Grogu. Thank you.
But the way I feel is he was very you for sure right. Like he had to be one of the most influential fictional characters out.
I mean, just think about the amount of satire shows that have done.
Vader kind of low key made Star Wars popular, for our for what we know. We didn't know too much about Star Wars coming up, but we all knew Darth Vader. So
I knew about Star Wars coming up.
Yep.
My pops was a huge Star Wars fan because of Darth Vader, because of the fact that it was James Earl Jones. We used to watch it because look at Darth Vader, one of the most iconic sci-fi characters. It's one of us. Okay, shit, yeah. So yeah. Darth Vader, that's just huge. Just because you got to think about the fact that he, like I was mentioning, how many comedy shows have done Star Wars based jokes, and it always Luke, you're my father, Darth Vader's Luke Skywalker based joke. Definitely top 5. Definitely top 5.
That's yeah. I mean, I kind of understand, but the lore, I think that's why a lot of people were upset with them changing the lore and making things that used to be canon not canon.
Yeah.
And, me personally, I feel what was it? Force Unleashed, the Star Killer, that used to be canon. I was cool with that. Darth Vader needed a little apprentice, that turned good. That made sense to me. Then y'all was just oh nah, we go.
That don't count.
Hey, bro, we had 2 whole games learning about Star Killer.
Erased it. It's erased. Sorry, don't count.
The coldest dual wield system.
Nope.
That's crazy.
That's the blip.
2 apprentices that dual wielded.
That's the blip.
I'm telling y'all, one of the best games, crazy. One of the best Star Wars games that they could make right now would be that Jedi Fallen Order, but it's a multiplayer joint. You get to create your own Jedi and go and do your missions.
Jedi Fallen Order with a Knights of the Old Republic. feel like vibe.
basically. But maybe don't, because I feel like nowadays when games try to be a RPG, they focus on way too much, and the game ends up not being that great. So having it be like an action, maybe you can have it be more like what they talking about the Gotham Knights game is gonna be like. But
I
I'm just
still feel
throwing
like it should
ideas
be
out
more
there.
players.
We need
You know,
some good. We need like a Star Wars multiplayer game that's like an
I mean,
experience. Like you get to live in the
depending
world.
on how this Harry Potter go, that could be a new.
Yeah.
So that was
If
one
we
of my
ever get
most
that,
anticipated for the year, but that got
yeah, if we get
delayed.
it,
They need to
Um,
get. I don't need no mishaps. I don't want to
yeah,
be Anthem disappointed, Cyberpunk disappointed. I want it. If
yeah.
anybody needs to delay, please delay. Like it's no big deal. Like if we
yeah,
don't get it, we gonna get it regardless.
I just want them to be realistic about the
Yes.
release dates up front. Like, don't
First off,
say a date just to make that like the date. Like, say
I
coming
feel like
soon
they
until
get a lot
you
of
have
dates
to.
because they try to like fit into that time frame, but don't take into consideration things that can happen in that time frame. Like just give
Lord,
you
Lord
give,
forbid we don't have a whole nother panoramic, but like,
give, give you some like safety cushion. Like just
yeah,
if you need 2 years before you done to do it, do it. Like I'm cool. We ain't got the game yet. Like you ain't gonna hurt me saying, oh, we gotta wait till next year. Like we ain't have this the first one of its kind. So it's like if you delay it, that's cool. Like it ain't like we missing anything. Like we never had y'all could cancel it and be like, oh dang, we just ain't gonna get that game. We
So
gonna
it's
be
one
upset.
thing that I
That's
want to
when we
talk
have to move
about
forward.
that's kind of in that same vein with the delaying and stuff being ready when it's ready. So it was I put it in the Discord. I don't know how many people saw it, but there's a fan made Metroid game that hit the
yeah,
internet last week.
It's Super Metroid Prime.
It was basically Metroid
Yeah,
Prime 2D, and it's made by like indie, like a small team of like 4 people
yeah.
over like it's like a project that they've been doing on the side, and it was supposed to be an April
It's kind
Fool's
of
joke,
fire.
but they actually released it, and it's not kind of fire. It's like 110% fire, made by like people that just love games, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, with these big studios delaying these games and got these $1 million budgets and all of this, it's like they gotta find a way to bridge the gap with the indie and the AAA. Like, cause it's some indie games that is so beautiful, so amazing, but they don't have the licenses to put Star
That
Wars
Metroid game.
characters. Man, they don't have the licenses and the character model rights to put like these recognizable characters in it. So it's like it could be a great
Mhm.
game, but if it's not like if it's not super innovative, it probably gonna fall short. Because it's just characters that people just
Yeah,
flat out don't recognize. But
but
when I tell y'all that
you know
Metroid
what,
game is like it's like the
bro? That shit is
best Metroid game
amazing.
that came out in the last 10 years. I'm like, bro, like they gotta find a way to get these people paid and
And it's
at least
like
get them the
they did the
rights to
2D
use
form for
Samus.
Metroid Prime. Like Metroid Prime was fire. So just
yeah.
playing it in like the Super Metroid format, like formula, that it looked amazing. I was like, dang, I need to download this before Nintendo take that bitch
Oh, they gonna shut that down. And
yeah,
if you being real, I feel like they should just leave it up
Nintendo
because
could
they've
just
been.
pay them and leave it.
I feel
Like,
like they should just
all right,
let them do it because
we'll pay y'all for these,
at this point
but
they've been kind of
it's gonna be up to
exposed.
Nintendo.
At this point, Nintendo been exposed to the point where if they don't have an announcement for a Metroid something, be like, what have y'all really been working on? Like, does work from home just mean do nothing? Or like I'm like I program, I code. You can make a little bit of progress on some stuff.
facts.
Like it don't have to be zero progress made. Like Metroid, y'all can show us a screenshot or give us a news
Give
update.
us a character model, anything. Like,
And I'm not trying to be like anti, but it's like, come on, man. Like when I play this Metroid game, it's like got good music. It's got everything you need. It feels like Metroid. It plays like Metroid. everything is there. The missiles, the save stations, the map stations, and I'm like, why don't we have this on the Switch? Like, it's crazy. It's just crazy to me. I don't know.
You ain't gonna never understand.
I
But,
want
you
them
know.
to stop trying to make the biggest, best game of the year of the decade, and just make a good game that you're passionate about. It's fun.
But you know what? I think like in recent years, I think that's why indie games have become so popular
Yes,
because they actually put the time into it and put out something that's good quality. It ain't a AAA game, but shoot, it's fire. Like Stardew. Stardew
Stardew
is probably
Valley
like one of the top farming games like that's touched a system.
ever.
Like so it's like
Didn't
Yeah.
like one person
then
make the
Golf
game?
Story. Golf Story was fire.
Didn't
Like
like one person make Stardew?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
like
just
that's crazy. That is crazy. And if
and
you
they
telling
had
me
so
one
much
person can
detail
make
in it.
that, but y'all paying
Look,
$1 million budgets to make
and
Cyberpunk,
100 people can't even make a game.
to
Like
make Cyberpunk.
cause
shoot,
Cyberpunk is cool, but I
the
feel like
budget that they
Cyberpunk,
have for Anthem.
yeah,
Like we can bring that back. Like there was you telling me that we can get an indie game that's 10 times better than Anthem, and y'all had all this money,
a
all these
hundred
people,
times better.
yeah, all these people, and you couldn't even make a decent game. It wasn't even like a flame to what you showed that it was supposed to be like. But you know, that just show like the care that is put into these games is not there as much anymore. Like all the indie studios are the ones that actually care because I mean they're the ones with the most to lose. These bigger studios, they like, oh, this
Just
game
make
bomb.
another
We'll
one.
just make
Make a new one.
like EA, they don't care about what they put out. Like they
Clearly,
care about they
clearly,
care
Oh my God, let's not talk about EA.
clearly,
they care
bro.
about
Goodness,
very
they stopped
select
caring
few
a
games.
long time
And
ago.
the games that they care
You
about, they
know they
still
care
be
about though, right? Selling them the
the
FIFA
Yeah,
ultimate
cards,
thing.
the coins and
them
the fucking
coins.
all them damn
That's
triple
what they
game,
care
like
about right
all the
there.
extra shit.
With
Y'all about
Madden,
to y'all about to make Will sick. Y'all about to stop.
Nah,
But
with Madden,
EA,
with
man, it's
Madden,
at least they lower the price
Madden.
of the game.
Madden is literally the same exact game year in and year. They don't change the celebrations. They don't change the transitions. They might add a different game mode, maybe tweak a little bit here or there, maybe say something with a different dialect. But it
but
is the same exact game year to year. They just change the player stats. That's it.
They
the
should
biggest
That's
scrap
change
it.
it
I seen it,
and
the
redo the
biggest
whole
change I
game.
seen in Madden was from when it was Madden 25 to whatever that next year was. And then once that next year hit, everything's been the same.
They
Like
honestly should like scrap a lot of Madden and just do it all over. But what they try to do is put what they had before in with that new Frostbite engine, and it's I don't know, man. It just don't feel. It never felt right.
ESPN, the NFL ESPN joint is still killing Madden. If you
Bruh,
ask
they
me,
need to
that shit
and
is
the NFL
Yeah.
renewed that deal with EA. So yeah, man, football simulation, football and video games to me is just done because I ain't paying for no Madden. I just can't do
personally.
Nah.
it.
I
Personally,
downloaded that shit off the Game Pass and
I feel
immediately
like
deleted it like a week
I
later.
feel like sport games in general should just be like done differently in this because every year you have to buy a new game because they add new people.
Yeah.
You can easily just make expansions like for a good 3 years and then make a new game. Like
Because you're
they
not taking down the store to buy VC and to buy all this. You're not taking that down for
Yeah.
the previous
Still the
year.
same for the
So you
previous
might
year. I
as
can still
well
go and buy.
have it
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
continuous.
they
Like
easily have like title updates where like the title screen to change. You can have it changed to be representative of whatever year that's supposed to be.
Yep.
the same way
Add the new
Fortnite do a
add the
season.
new draft class. Like
It should
FIFA,
just it should literally just
like
be in a
like
season.
FIFA.
Just buy the game, just then make it seasons. So like
Yeah,
once the season is done, once the year if it runs concurrently with the year, so like Premier League starts in August and runs through March or April,
You could charge
bam,
people the
this is the
monthly.
that's
year.
like
Yeah,
You could
and that's
charge
one of the
people for
like
the
prime
month
charge me $4 a month, $5 a
to
month.
play
I will
Madden,
pay
FIFA.
$5 a month to play FIFA if that's all I gotta do, and just let it stay on my Xbox all year round.
But they want to leave
but that's like a
money.
main thing I'm saying. Like I'll easily pay for like you said, like FIFA is the prime example because the seasons change like so frequently. It's like
Yeah.
like it ain't really no new players coming in. Why am I buying a whole new game that's got the same people from the last
And
one.
you can always just download a roster update. Like if we're being honest, you can just download it. Like even if teams change, stats change, just download a roster update real quick after the transfer windows are trading free agent windows.
The little live roster updates. Ain't that what they got those for?
Right.
Like when Ronaldo got traded. I remember when FIFA updated. I was like, oh, it's just updating. He on another team.
There it is.
That's how you can tell it's more about money.
It's not hard.
It's more about money than the game being a good service.
We're not gonna have like no roster update that's $10 or something like that. We just gonna release a $70 game next year. And not update the game with new roster. Like what?
But then on top of charging you for the new game, they are using the same code. A lot of the probably like 70% the same code, the same models, almost the same build, a new version, put it on a new disc, and they charging you for it. And it's like
I swear FIFA 15 and FIFA 16 was the exact same.
EA like it's like a culture change that they need at this point because they clearly care more about money than the quality.
I miss the times when we had EA games and EA Sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a good era now. They had a great era for that PS2. EA was on top. You couldn't say nothing bad about EA.
The switch from 2K, the switch from like live where games were like NBA Live, NFL, like those type of games where we're playing a lot of those on like Dreamcast, Sega Genesis. Like they're starting to make a real heavy switch from like the early Xbox
2K Dreamcast games were dope as
because like 2K was killing it until then all of a sudden switched. Then like it was like EA was doing all this crazy stuff different with their engines. And you
know what made EA kind of like take off for us a little slight minute, then like get held back was when NBA Live came out with like the All-Star Weekend.
The dunk contest where you can throw it off the cameras and throw it off the damn wall.
It kind of changed like the EA sports scene, like for real. And then like with Madden, they started adding the combine stuff. Like you actually have to do like different stuff, like
lifting the weights, doing all the running. Yeah.
But then like it kind of fell off because 2K started taking over. But like shoot, like I mean, it is what it is. We got what we got. Just the route that it is. I'm kind of over my sports phase. Like I play every once in a while. Like if I'm with my frat brothers, like, oh, let's run some 2K. Like, all right, we can play some 2K, pick our teams. Like I ain't no my player type of person, but there's people that like my player. But I'll run the game like a Madden and pick. Like I always pick the Packers or like the Falcons or like just pick a team. Like I'll run the game if I'm with some homies and we chilling, you know. Like that's still a good vibe. I kind of like that vibe, especially if it's something y'all enjoy. But like as far as just like a game that I'm about to play and dedicate, I don't care. Like
I don't care.
Like, back in the day, like I did care. Like I would make up my player like before it was really like online. I'll be playing my player just to finish a season, get a ring or something. But like now it's like you got to pay money to be good. You can't get past the overall 90 without paying money. So it's just like
$20 minimum.
I'm cool. I shoot people. Like it's crazy. Like we could like the transactions and all that stuff. Like that just changed the whole vibe of a game. Like I'm cool with those in free games because it's a free game. Like they got to make money some way, and I respect that. I ain't gonna. But when I'm paying $60, $70, like for like special editions and stuff, and I still got to pay for
$600-$700,
40 on top of it,
to be nicer. On, bro, some people be spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on these games to get credit, VC credit, or like on FIFA to get like premier players. Like, bro, it costs like on average to get a highly rated player on FIFA for FIFA Ultimate Team. I'm paying somewhere close to in coin. Like game coin, like 600,000. There are cards on here for like $500,000 up to $1 million coins. So like if you're paying, so if you're paying $1 million coins to get one card, just to get FIFA points, you got to pay like $60, $70 to get 500 FIFA points, which is barely enough to maybe open up a pack to get you some coins, to maybe be able to have enough coins to get that person. Because you can't even buy coins. You got to buy FIFA points. And you can't use FIFA points to buy a particular card. You got to buy a pack of cards. So like the whole system, like it's all set up to just make sure that you are on top of paying your 60, 70, 80, $90 a year. Here you go. Literally digital trading cards. Yeah, you're paying. I told him, I was like, if I start paying money for this, then I need to start making money off of this. Otherwise, I'm not putting money into this game beyond the fact that I bought it once a year and paid my $60 for it. That's it. That's all you're getting out of me.
But like games that's free, that's why I don't mind it with games that's free, because it's free. I didn't put no money into it.
Nope.
Y'all was like, you could download this, play it, and we got this available for you. Okay, cool. I'll buy a season pass if it's something I'm gonna play. And then 9 times out of 10, when you buy season passes, you ain't never got to buy another one, because they give you
coins and shit as you go.
Back.
Yep.
Like, you just got to play it. And then people get mad when they don't play it and don't get the coins to buy it again, so they got to spend some more money. You should have played the game.
Should have played at least enough to get the coins to be able to pay for the next one for free.
Apex, I paid $10 like a normal season pass, like 950 points. In every season pass, you get 1,200 coins. There's no reason you should ever have to buy another pass. Only time you spend the money is if you have like some exclusive stuff that you probably just really want, like a skin or something. But other than that, you ain't got to spend. I spent $10 once. That was in season 2. Never bought nothing else ever again.
There you go. There you go.
My $10 still going strong. and I don't buy my season pass until I'm close to finishing it. Because it's like, I'm not going to spend the money if I know I'm not going to finish. Like one season I didn't buy it because I didn't play Apex as much. I got maybe to like level 50 on my season pass. I was like, well, I'm going to save my coins for the next season. Finished the next season, bought the pass. Like, got my coins right back because I bought it at the end of the pass. So it just
I honestly feel like I could probably download Fortnite tonight and still be able to buy whatever season they're on because I have enough coins left over from playing the last season. Like,
it's a free game. It's a legit I don't think but your skin's gonna be there that you bought from when it was before this new chapter stuff.
Man, listen, I was playing with my godson and he was like, "What skins are these?" I was like, "Season 1, 2, and 3." He was like, "You played in season 1, 2, and 3?" I was like, "I was playing this game when it first came out."
I remember when it wasn't no skins.
No skins. Everybody was playing the same.
I was about to say, Kenny and C put me on.
Bro, me and C used to sit there and play Fortnite and be like, bro, imagine if you could build like super fast. We'll start happening. People start
building super fast.
3 minutes, like 3 seconds. Bro. I was like, yo, this game just evolved. And we started talking about skins. Like, bro, if they had this skin with such and such on, it'd be crazy. And I remember C bought that what was it, the black shirt she had, like the bootlegger outfit.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yo, this is about to be lit. And then PUBG came out and I stopped playing. But it was
I got screenshots from when we used to play PUBG and Fortnite. I think I tagged C to him one time.
Bro, Never played a single game of PUBG.
I have a recording.
We gotta play a game of PUBG with Will just for shits and giggles, yo.
I have never played a single game of PUBG. And my homies come in and play PUBG, and I was like, man, I can't.
Hear me out.
I'm a Fortnite player, so I play Fortnite.
Listen, by the time I started playing PUBG, Kenny and C had been like good, like they had been playing for a while, and like I remember getting on that game and just being like so nervous because like the wind blow. And you move wrong and somebody kill you. I'm like, and niggas be like, yo, do you got shoes on? I'm
pop
like,
in the distance.
Yeah.
Bro,
pop.
Yeah. They shooting.
They shooting.
Run. They gotta run the animation.
Somebody be like, you got shoes on? Take them damn shoes off, bro. Right. You can't be walking in no house with no shoes on.
Oh my god.
Sweet.
Will, when I tell you everything matters, bro, dudes be laying on the ground listening to your feet like, oh, he got shoes on? He's on the second level?
See, that's that shit that was
coming up.
He's upstairs, he on the roof.
Bro, he on the roof.
Your call-out game gotta be S tier.
S tier, bro. Listen.
Like,
once they added
where they at? By the tree. Which tree?
Which tree?
Like,
bro. You gotta call basic tree. You gotta call standing.
But
I don't know.
Like, you see the numbers at the top, they mean something. Use that.
They mean something, bro.
I remember the first time. Look. I remember, and that's crazy because I remember the first time I played Fortnite with y'all. I don't remember who it was. Could have been either any of y'all at the time. But somebody was like, we're looking 185 Southwest. And I was like,
121.
185 Seth.
120.
What the? I was like,
I'm telling you,
185
boy.
Southwest.
What are
I was
y'all
like,
looking
all right,
at?
whatever.
Better
All right, let me
know.
turn around.
That was when
It's
it
all right,
was
we're
me.
going
I
121
think it
East,
was
121
me,
East.
you, C, and B. It was literally all of us.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
bruh.
Yeah. I used to be in there like, I don't know. And then finally I looked up, I was like,
Boy.
oh, this is a
Listen.
whole ass compass on the top of the
Listen.
damn.
Hey, look, people.
You have
Hey,
to
listen,
use it.
people would troll us, but if the four of us really sat down and played Fortnite, I would be hard pressed to think anybody in our community could beat us.
Yeah, I still think we could get. I still
I'd
think we could.
be,
I don't
I'd
like
be hard
building.
pressed,
So
like
I haven't
I'm
played in a
still
long
real nice
time.
at building.
and
I'm still real
I'd
nice
be
at
fine
building.
with that. I could build because, like,
I'm real
I
nice at
actually
building. I'll
I
build for
took the
everybody.
time.
But
Yo,
I'm for
my
sure a
nephew.
shooter.
Yo, my nephew taught me how to build, y'all. Like he is
You-
really good at Fortnite, and he
But
was just showing me some stuff.
between me and C, the sniper game is on point.
Man, that's
And
what
I'm
pissed me
pushing.
off.
I'm pushing everybody.
Yep.
I'm
Brandon was always looting.
all I need is
extra loot
attack.
ass, extra
All
loot
I
I
need
think
is
that-
attack, and everybody going to sleep.
All I remember is see every time. Brandon, where you at? Brandon's still over here looting. Come on, B.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta have something. We done hit
Or-
every fucking house.
Or
Nothing
looting.
left.
What you forgot to say is looting or putting a shotgun in somebody's face. Because I'm
Man.
definitely no. Listen, nobody scares me on that game. Nobody. I don't give a fuck who you are. If I have a shotgun, I'm coming at your
Until they
neck.
until they took the tack, until they fucking shelved the tack shotgun
They
for a while.
chefed it,
Then
bro.
You know,
fuck.
sick.
you know what's crazy? The tac shotgun was my favorite shotgun. Everybody was like, "Man, that gun trash." Everybody was using the pump, and I was still using the tac.
I tell you what. Pull up on me with a pump, and I got an attack in my hand, bro. I'm sitting you
you're
down.
fucked.
You gonna be
You're
mad as
fucked.
shit.
Dumb
You gonna be
choice.
mad as shit.
man.
Real dumb choice.
It was.
Real
They
dumb
put it up
choice.
on me with some model 1887s, and I got a whole
Bruh.
AA-12 in my hand. You about to catch
Listen,
this whole
I'm
drop.
I'm retired from Call of Duty. That don't mean I don't still got Call of Duty tendencies, bro. I will ruin your life with a shotgun.
Side note.
That
I
tac
just
was
saw
slept on.
what you call it. They got a Resident Evil showcase on the 15th.
I popped up over here on something.
Yeah, they
Yeah, I
got a
just seen
Resident
that too.
Evil
One
showcase.
of these things. One of the
So
things I
yeah,
got.
that's
In my little corner, the little
shoot.
notification.
What day it come out? I think that comes out the weekend of the celebration.
I think it do.
Yeah, I'm definitely playing that joint. And
that's
that's
hey guys.
yeah, I'm gonna
9
definitely stream
days.
that one. That's one
May
I gotta
7th.
stream.
9
Come on, May
days.
7th.
Okay, yeah, that's the weekend. That's the weekend. So yeah,
Yep.
yeah, man. Resident
Well,
Evil is getting
So what I'm
completed.
gonna be playing.
Resident Evil is getting completed that weekend for sure. Gotta do
I'll
that
be
shit.
watching.
That shit about to be lit, and I ain't gonna hold you.
No,
I
you
feel
ain't.
Play the
I
whole
feel
thing till
like
I
the
get stuck.
Playing. Who else
feel-
I'm gonna be watching?
I feel like the actual case for
Selling.
Resident Evil, like the base one, should be the deluxe one because that shit look cold with Chris and the werewolf face. That need to be
Yeah,
the deluxe.
the deluxe one got like the
Deluxe one is like
bird
the wing.
wings.
Yeah.
I'm gonna definitely get that deluxe because I want
I'm
the
getting
extra
it.
stuff. But
Anytime Resident Evil got deluxe, I'm getting it. I wish I could have got the Resident Evil 2 and 3 little deluxe with the statues. But
yeah, that's
little
gonna be
collectible.
probably the like maybe the one of the only games that I buy the first day it come out this year, depending on what else drop. But yeah, that's one that I've been super hype about. I'm just trying to keep my expectations right here. That way, if they say they gotta delay it, I ain't too mad.
It's gonna be on the Xbox Play Anywhere, so that's cool.
I'm gonna actually probably get it.
I need to play Resident Evil 7 again.
And it's on Game Pass now. I
bought it. I bought it when it was
Yeah,
like $12.
Resident. That's what I'm gonna play for my scary game stream. Resident Evil.
Do that joint, man.
Which one?
The one on Game Pass. Whatever's on Game Pass.
And we doing the game share, so you can play that
Resident
RE2.
Evil 0, you got Resident Evil 1.
Play that
I think
RE2
Resident Evil
remake.
4 is on there. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I kind
You
of want
ain't
to play Resident Evil.
See, you got
I
all the
want to
Resident
play. I want to play Resident Evil.
They gonna have me in here squirming.
RE2 remake is the best. I think that's the best Resident Evil. If you wanna play it just to see what the game is like, I think RE2 is the best right now. Because if you play 7, that's like if you want to be deep into it.
Like that's like new era
Yeah.
Resident Evil.
If you plan on playing a new one, I'll say try out that 7. But play that RE2. It's classic. It play like the old one. They kept it. They it's just new graphics and they got it. They got everything. It's like that's probably still one of my favorite games that came out for this Xbox One and PS4 generation.
Yeah,
Like my top
that
10.
shit was a fire game. Yeah, that shit was fire. I can't even hold you.
But yeah, one of
That
those
was a
days, on the weekend, the celebration weekend, I'm gonna stay up all night and be on that Resident Evil.
and he will do it because he did it with Resident Evil 7.
Yep.
Remember this
Yeah, I
man
played
streamed Resident Evil.
that.
This man streamed Resident Evil 7. I was like, all right, bro, I'm about to
And that
slide
was when
out.
I was streaming from my Xbox.
I came back.
Jesus.
I think he was on like the last boss. When I left, he
Yeah.
was on the wife. He was on the mama. He came back, was almost done with the game. I was like, bro, did you take a break? He was like, nah, I ate.
Pressure.
You feel like
Pressure.
8.
He said,
That's
I
it.
ate.
Because it was a rental. I did a red box rental. And I was like, oh, this bad boy gotta go back to the box. I'm about to beat this joint. Because I knew I wanted to watch other people's playthroughs on YouTube, and that's where I
Sat
messed
there.
myself up. I watched the playthrough before I started the game, and I shouldn't have did that. That's why with this new one, I gotta go in. Like I can't look at
I ain't
nothing.
watching nothing.
Like
I
I don't want
even
to see no
pulled up.
preview, nothing.
I'm getting it day one, so I'm gonna be on stream playing it straight through.
Resident Evil 7 Biohazard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the little deluxe joint.
I'm about to download it.
Good game.
Yeah, man.
It kind of
Capcom, man. Shout out to
brought back
Capcom.
that it kind of brought back the horror vibe for Resident Evil for real.
I think so too. Some people seem to not really be that big of a fan of RE7, but me personally, I think it's amazing.
It brought back that survival vibe. Like
To me, it was amazing. Like that
Like-
game, the only thing it didn't have was a variation of different monsters towards the end. That was it.
yeah,
That's my only real complaint. But the horror, the survival, the
but I don't think it
weapon,
needed it honestly.
you know.
Based on like the setting it was in, like it didn't need like the 20 million zombies types and shit like that. Like it had what it needed. That's for damn sure.
I'm gonna have to play this game in the middle of the day.
Nah, you gotta
Open.
play it at night, man. You gotta
gotta
gotta get into it, man. You gotta call you a one of your get you a little date to come watch you. That's a fun time. Get you a date to watch you play Resident Evil. It's like a movie. Y'all can figure out the puzzles together.
She gonna watch it. She'll get scared. And she gonna jump on you. You gonna be like, all right.
Then I won't be playing the game.
I don't see an issue with that.
I don't
good
either,
one,
but I'm
man.
just saying it's free, so I guess it don't really matter. I ain't investing no money.
It's a good one though, for sure.
But yeah, good talk, y'all.
Yeah, that was a good.
I've been over here playing Smash trying to unlock characters.
That's good, man.
Good.
That's good.
But we do gotta get ready to wrap up. So that's kind of
yes, sir.
our last thing.
So
We gonna
just
talk about what everybody
as we're running. Yeah, as we're wrapping up, I do want to mention a few things. Shout out to WWE for allowing 2 black women to main event night 1 of WrestleMania. Bianca Belair was victorious over Sasha Banks in the main event for night 1 of WrestleMania. First women's 1v1 main event, first black women's only main event WrestleMania. Also shout out to Amos for winning tag team titles with AJ Styles over the New Day. And WrestleMania is currently going on right now, where we have a couple more of our fellow blerd black wrestlers going on as well. More information coming out for the 1-year celebration. Coming up this weekend on the 18th, we will have Blue Satire and the feed from the Geek Mountain on the podcast, and then following up the following week with Miss Pinky 3. What is everybody playing? And everybody give up your positive words or words of affirmation going into the next week? Let's start with Will.
I'm playing. Here we go. Shocker. FIFA. There it is. Fucking
Boom. There it
playing.
is.
I thought he
Yeah.
was going to say, I don't know, Evolution Soccer.
Yeah.
Pro
PS.
P
That's what I'm playing.
PES.
PS. I'm playing foot. Working on that. Still playing in just when I can. Actually, I've been playing a lot of games lately because I've been really into. I've been watching a lot of shows. I've been watching Titans, so I've been trying to catch up on
Titans.
wherever that is.
Amazing.
What else have I been watching?
I need to rewatch Titans. Nah, that you mentioned it.
And yeah, but I mean, my positive words for the week, man, just fucking love yourself. Like,
Hey,
that's
that
what I
needs to
keep.
be a shirt. Just
Yeah,
fucking
just
love
fucking
yourself.
love yourself.
Hey, for
Like,
real.
I think the biggest thing
Yes.
I've been doing a lot. I've been telling a lot of people, because my last things have been consistent. Like, hey, loving others, make sure to be a decent human fucking person to people. But I think just in my own personal life, I've had a lot of stuff randomly kind of come up that have definitely kind of rocked the the kind of good groove I was in. So today was a good day of just reminders of kind of getting back to settling in my skin, and just kind of appreciating where I'm at and understanding that this is just another moment to grow, get some progress, learn, and take a step forward. So I'm just trying to love myself this week. Just give myself a little extra grace, give myself a little extra patience, trust myself, trust my instincts. Because I think sometimes we are taught to second guess and not go with our gut, but there's nothing really more honest with you than your gut and your instincts. So just focusing on that stuff, man. Just focusing on just being more one, being more balanced with myself, and pushing myself to kind of do a little bit more in terms of all that. So yeah, love yourself this week. Love yourself a little extra this week for sure.
Love to see it. All right, see.
So yeah, we took the time off last week. We had the Easter Sunday, and yeah, we just took time off from the show. Forgot to mention that beforehand because Easter 2021 came up on us so fast. But yeah, we here rocking. I did jump into the Attack on Titan binge that I had
Yeah,
planned,
he did,
and
boy.
I watched that new season. I watched that new season super quick. I mean, it don't really take me that long if I watch it without the commercials. But yeah, I like yeah, I'm digging the anime.
That boy seeking binge. Do you hear me?
Yeah, this last
When he want to watch something, he watch it.
yeah, I just gotta get that time and just gotta put everything else to the side. And it's really good if I don't have like a game that I really really want to play. But yeah, like once I get rolling on like something that I like, cause I don't think I've ever really watched Attack on Titan like as it's running. I've done a binge for like just about every season. I let
Every
the
season.
episodes stack up and I just watch it all at like one day. But yeah, I went ahead and just started reading ahead on the manga to just finish it. I know it just ended, and I was supposed to finish that up this weekend, but I know we was talking about games that kind of flop earlier. So on Thursday, I finally played No Man's Sky. So I've been playing. I played No Man's Sky for the time that I've been playing the game
This
today
man
and
been
yesterday.
playing No Man's Sky like extra near.
For real, bro. He been on
Yeah,
it.
so
Him
I
and X
finally
was
got
playing
to
a
it.
little bit.
Yep, yep, did link up with the bro. And yeah, we've been on it, just just getting into it, going all around, seeing all the stuff that they got to do, and this is my first time really spending time with it for real. So it's been cool. I probably be playing this. Well, I mean, I honestly probably won't be playing it for like months. I'm just doing like a super binge on it right now, but from what they improved on, from what people talked about when the game first came out, it seemed like they did a good job. Cause I'm digging it, and
It's legit.
I hope Cyberpunk can do that and not give up, because looking at No Man's Sky right now, it's like it's like a game that was fully realized after the fact, and you can kind of tell it's like it's got that it's like that it got that time and attention that we was talking about the indie stuff gets. It kind of got that, but it came later. So I'm liking that they got that. But yeah, like piggybacking what Will said for the words of the week. Love yourself. That's important. And one of the big things with a lot of stuff that we talked about today, and you know, um, you know, with DMX passing away this week, is just like it's been a week of just kind of getting in that mindset of having that mindset of that living life is not always struggle free. It's always something to be working on. It's always something that you're gonna have to strive and get through, no matter what it is. No matter what you got. You gotta work to get from point A to point B, and at the same time, you gotta be able to take it easy on yourself sometimes. Like, it's okay to take a little bit of steps. It might not be as many steps as you wanted to take, but it's okay to take small steps. Like, you still better than
Y'all
you
low
was the
key
day
see
before.
talking to me right now, y'all. He
I
low
mean,
key.
I'm
You
talking
already
to
know.
myself as well. I'm talking to myself as well,
So,
because
anybody, bro.
I do it all the time. I try to do everything. I try to, you know, I get it in my mind I'm gonna do all this, and I don't do all that, and then I feel bad. But yeah, we it's like you always say, 1% better, and 1% is literally okay, and even less than
Okay.
that, point zero
Point
one
point zero
percent is
zero
okay.
001
Is
is okay.
is still okay. You know what I'm saying? So
Anything is better
persevere,
than nothing.
persevere, and keep on keeping on.
All right, Kenny.
Pastor Kenny, for the benediction, please.
Nah, but,
Mhm.
mine is just live off vibes. Like, I think we go, like Will said, like your gut feeling. Like, when a vibe is off and when a vibe is right. Just pay attention to that instinct and keep progressing. Keep progressing through that, because it's oftentimes we just don't listen to ourselves, and we be knowing like that's a bad idea. We do it anyway, knowing the vibe
Mm-hmm.
off and stuff like that. So yeah, just keep positive vibes around you. Live off your vibes and know what you want. Even if you don't know what you want, just have an idea of a direction. Because if you don't, you're just gonna be out here lost, and that's the main thing. That's it. I mean, short and sweet.
Amen. So for me, the theme right now is being intentional. I feel like a lot of times we all get moved to do certain things, but unless you're intentional with the way in which you want to deliver it, you're never truly successful. So right now, I'm in a phase where I have all of these different things that I can be great in, but I have to be intentional about how I execute. And so I feel like right now a lot of black people, even us included and outside of us, are right here on this breaking point of really getting out here and learning how to survive and thrive independently without the system or necessarily occupying spaces that we have to be something that we're not. But be intentional with what you want by saying it, writing it down, and then setting up a plan and then executing it, and find people to keep you accountable to it. Like if that becomes a constant theme, like we will really take a step forward as a race and as a people. Um, so this week I just want to encourage everybody to be intentional. Uh, And with that, I want to thank everybody for pulling up and supporting Three Little Blurs Talk Show. This is our third show on the official Twitch channel. We are on our affiliate journey, so you guys make sure you spread the word far and wide. Make sure y'all pull up
Like
this
booty
coming
cheeks.
Friday, either either the pre-show or the main show will be streamed from the Three Little Blurs official account. We will also be doing several
I killed
pop-up
Kenny.
streams in between now and the year celebration as well.
Yes.
My Flash guy is also on his affiliate journey as well, streaming right now, currently on
You can see
Sundays.
my
Y'all make
face
sure
on
y'all
my
pull up.
screen now.
Yeah, he now has slight upgrades to the stream, so would definitely love for y'all to pull up. Y'all know our King of Late Night Outlawed is running these Twitch streets. He will be having some uh collabs coming up here in the next couple of weeks.
Oh,
So be on the
I got something
lookout
too though.
for a post on
So fuck
that
his
on the
collabs.
IG. We also have his first official feature, separate, not representing Three Little Blurs, but my Flash guy will be officially in Blue A Academy Festival, Family and Friends, streaming with
Ooh,
both Pony G and Vash the
Military
Stampede.
guy.
So shout out to him for getting his first official feature.
Nice.
And Three Little Blurs will be, yeah, you love to see it. You love to see it. Three Little Blurs also will officially be opening the Blue A Academy Festival, Family and Friends again. So shout out to Blue Satire for allowing us to spread the knowledge and greatness of what he's trying to do within our community. Um as well as more information coming out on the 1 year celebration, y'all. So that is going to be it for the Three Little Blurs talk show today, episode 30. Um, this is how Rough Riders roll. RIP DMX. And much love to everybody this week. So